Comrades, today is November 24, 2025, and the current time is 8:17 p.m. The Institute has currently run out of fortune cookies, and therefore cannot provide individual comrades with a cookie-based scrying of their future. For complaints, please send them to the Head Logisticus Food Purveyor. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
I'm a professional streamer. Look at that. I got everything done correctly. You didn't see anything incorrect. I am so good at this. I am a 10 out of 10 superior, supreme streamer who doesn't make no mistakes. Totally. Is the copium that I'm going to be huffing today. Anyways, comrades, good evening. Nice buttons. Yeah, you didn't see any buttons there, Kahila. How are all of you doing? Welcome to Monday. Isn't that crazy? I have been busy playing. I think I've been playing too much Battlefield recently, so I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Hello, Kefir and Zeoposer, and congrats to Zeoposer for being first. Also, hello, Kahila, and whoever else might be hanging around but hasn't said anything yet. We're playing Rimworld today. It's the funny Rim game, where we are funny cave people, and we're slowly but surely developing our society bit by bit. We still have a lot of dinosaurs, except now we somehow managed to get cows and boars, so there's a large variety in animals that we happen to be hanging on to. Also, hello, Sun and Ray. How are all of you doing? You got ice cream? Ice cream sounds delicious. What kind? Actually, wait, hold on. Before I continue, real quick, I just want to say, let me explain something real fast that will probably be a cursed thing. So, I decided to eat some KFC today, which is not a good idea most of the time, but I was very intrigued by this thing that they had on their menu called a gravy flight. And if you don't know what a flight is, basically they just give you, here's a number of a thing and then of various varieties so you can try them all out. So I was like, all right, let me go try this out. I didn't take a photo of this, and I kind of wish I had. But it was 3 different gravies that you can serve with their fried chicken. One was your normal gravy. One was your like a white peppercorn gravy, and the other was like a cheese gravy. And the only reason I'm explaining this is because I was so shocked at how horrible every single one of them was. So there's the normal gravy, which is already kind of thin and brown and just whatever. Then they had the white gravy, which if you're American, it's basically what they would pour over biscuits and gravy. Okay, it's basically biscuits and gravy. And then the last one, they called it cheese gravy, but it was just cheese sauce. They decided, let's just put cheese sauce and call it a gravy, and I was utterly astounded by how horrible it was. Also, hello there, Lucis Smoke and Umi. How are all of you doing? Hold on, let me just show a photo of it. It was awful. Hold on. Here, I found a photo of it. So, this is the photo that they used for advertising the product. Okay, they called it a gravy flight. So if you don't know what this is, gravy is normally just like meat drippings plus a thickener, right? Yeah, so like, and usually like some kind of like emulsion ingredient, so usually like some kind of oil like fat. White gravy is like flour and seasonings and said fats, and then this was supposed to be like a cheese gravy, and it was just like cheese sauce, like nacho cheese sauce that they put into a cup and called it gravy, but it was a little thinner. Anyways, it was all awful. It was all just really bad, and for the love of God, don't go to KFC. It's just, I'm probably gonna puke in like an hour or 2, and I am never touching this accursed website place to consume food ever again, because holy cow, it was really bad. I'm still thinking about how horrible it was. Oh, trust me, you think it looks like poop? Like the normal gravy tastes okay. I'll say that much. Normal gravy generally tastes fine. It's when you start getting into like the weird gravies that like you gotta be a little more wary. And that's kind of how I feel. I was like, okay, maybe some of these are just really bad. Yeah, I figured it was like white. I remember like that's how it's made, because I knew people who were really into... I like white gravy because I used to eat a lot of biscuits and gravy, I think is what it's called. So there's if you don't know, if you're not an American, there's a very popular dish in the southern US called biscuits and gravy. And they basically take that white gravy, but they mix in with like ground sausage, like breakfast sausage. And it's very popular because you just serve it over like a bunch of biscuits. It's very hearty. in a way. You also serve it with eggs. It's actually really tasty. I highly recommend trying it if you ever get a chance. It looks kind of like this. It does look a little bit like vomit in a sense, but I promise you, this thing is delicious. But let's just say this gravy is usually a little thicker, and the one from KFC was like snot. It was like snot, and I was like, this is awful. So anyways, that's my mild complaint about random food things that I consumed today, because apparently I enjoy suffering and eating random things that I probably shouldn't be eating, and that's my adventure for the day. Anyways, welcome to the Caveman Rimworld experience. We're still just, I think we've built enough houses for everyone now. Let me think. So we have 11 people, and there should be 11 beds. Yeah, so there's enough beds for everyone now. Although we probably will replace this one with a proper bed now. Yeah, once we get more wood, I think is the other thing. Hello, Koizumi. I don't know why did the join... Oh, you might be in the queue already. You might be in the queue already. But yeah. It's still the same one, yeah. But I do think biscuits and gravy is not a bad dish. Is it the best dish? Maybe not. But I think for the most part, it's hearty and delicious when you can eat it. But anyways, don't ever, if you're ever for some reason thinking about getting KFC, do not for the love of God order the KFC gravy flight. It is disgusting. And you will be behooved to not order such a cursed item on the menu. I promise you, it's not worth it. Don't do it. Please eat literally anything else. You'll be much happier. Also, we gotta do this tribal gathering real quick. Anyways, that's the thing we're talking about. We've been here, you got live notification, you're getting deja vu. I mean, are you following? You haven't said anything before, but it says you've been following since November 12, so you probably have said... You probably followed a while ago, but you didn't say anything. Maybe you came in from another streamer's, raid, would be my guess. That's usually what happens. So that's gonna be my guess as to what's occurred. Anyways, on other things, I actually have been playing Victoria 3 again, which is only relevant to like a few people who actually care about the game, but most people here don't typically care about Victoria 3. So, if said person shows up again, I'll be like, alright, well, at least they know that I've been playing the game again. Also, this colony consumes a lot of wood. We may need to figure out a way to resolve the wood consumption issue. For now, at least we have a lot of fish. Look at all this clownfish that we've got here. We can also keep hunting down the boars. Am I Bushbug CTK stream or interest? You probably came in with interest then, because me and interest usually raid each other at some point during the week. I usually stream a little later than interest does, so he usually raids into me rather than me raiding it to him. But I usually am not watching other people's streams, mostly because I don't have a lot of time to watch streams, but that's usually what happens. You don't want a single Victoria, let alone 3 of them. But what if you don't want 3 different Victorias coming after you, telling you how you need to get on them there? Yeah, I don't know how British people speak. British people speak weird. So, also that purchase list is not up to date because I've not updated that thing in like 4 streams because I've been lazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what do we actually still need? I still need to research psychoid tea, right? Okay, so we have psychoid tea. So what we can do, now that I remember this, is now we have access to psychoid leaves. We can make psychoid tea, which should keep us a little bit happy. So let's do that real quick too. Hopefully that should be fine. Also, yeah, we don't allow... a while ago, I stopped allowing people to buy items for the colony because I found the game too easy that way, and it was more fun to force us, or at least force me, to actually play the game the way it's intended and, like, unlock things, you know, the good old-fashioned way, and acquire things. Oi, love, are you playing some of that cheeky Rimworld there? I think that's, like, a specific way of speaking British, because there's, like, 3 different... I know there's the Cockney accent, and then you have, like, received pronunciation, and there's a bunch of other ones that I'm, like, forgetting. Also, I think we just gotta kill the cows. I don't really want to keep them. Like, they can't... We have nowhere to feed... Like, these things have nothing to eat is the problem. Which is the other issue. We do have... Yeah, because we didn't get our hay grass fast enough. Oh, it's in here. We have to... Oh, we actually did store a lot of food in here. Okay. No. We gotta make our own food. Otherwise, is it really a challenge if people can just buy things to keep us alive? It's not a challenge anymore. That's why I suffer this way, because I think it's a little more enjoyable. So hopefully that makes sense. Trust me, It's more fun this way. Okay, all our dinosaurs are dying of malnutrition because I didn't find a way to feed them, so we should probably... I probably should make a dinosaur barn. Also, the other thing I need to do is... we need to put in animal sleeping spots. So at least they have somewhere to sleep in case they're sick. So this is all just medical. Oh, gotcha. I didn't think about that. That's interesting. Also, we're being attacked. Ah, look at that. They're all archers. The great archers have arrived. We have a single gun, by the way. The rest of our weapons are mostly just spears and spear-based weaponry. But I'm sure we can handle this. Also, I want to show you a website that I found the other day, and we're going to play a little mini-game while the colony plays itself in the background, but that'll be in a bit. We need to get through this fight first. Oh my goodness. What else have I been up to? Also, this is another weird thing. I'm not going to get into this as much as I want to, because I don't have space for it, but I think in the future, I think I'm going to turn into one of those people that are really, really into model trains, because I have been my YouTube feed has been full of, well, model train videos recently, and it's very interesting to behold. So I have a mod that allows me to build shapes. It's called designator shapes, and I can do things like a perfect circle like this. See? You can just kind of drag the size that you need. It also does other shapes too, so if you want to do like, you know, ellipses, or if you want to have a filled-in circle, or if you want to do a hexagon for some reason, that's also an option. So you have choices. You can even make perfect grids with it too, which is also kind of interesting. These plants are never going to grow. Not with this weather. How tragic. We also need to do something with the poop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Sonia's fine. Alright, they're attacking us. I don't know which way they're going to approach, but my guess is they'll probably just try to find... Oh, right, there's an entrance right here, because I forgot this thing is open. I should close that. I don't think I can, mostly because I'm already kind of knee-deep in this, but something I'll keep in mind. Alright, these two are fighting. Rimworld's in the middle of a noble duel. Arani is probably too weak to fight, so we probably don't do that. Okay. Ooh. Yikes. Okay, let's pull you out of there. And then we're gonna have you stand there, and you stand here. Okay, we're just gonna try to smash them as they approach. Maybe we have you stop fighting that. Take out your knife. Get over here. Arani already here. Might as well start bashing this thing in. Okay, so Immortal did get knocked down. Just fine. And then all these other guys are basically dead. You gotta back up. Alright. I've seen those types of things too before, but I'm not really good at the type. I'm not good at doing that type of pixely art thing, so that's why we don't. But it is something to keep in mind in the future if we ever want to do something like that. But for now, it's don't worry too much about it. Whatever we got is fine. Okay, so I think Ray's our best doctor, right? We gotta make sure everyone lives. 51 months? I'm wondering, Ray, if that's the longest sub on this channel. It probably is, which is crazy to think about, but I guess it also makes sense considering we're married. Yeah. Oh no, no, we are. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. That's actual facts. That's yeah. Okay. Thanks, Ray. 51 months is crazy, though. Sheesh, as the kids like to say nowadays. What was I doing? Okay, hold on. I'll try to remember what I was doing. So we were trying to learn how to grow trees. We can make psychite. We have a single stove. We have dining hall with food, and we have a couple training areas. We have basically no wood. We've been harvesting wood. We gotta bring that inside. I think that's where we're at right now, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll handle that. Okay. I wanted to show this website real quick because I was thinking about this earlier. Have you ever heard of this website called... Oh, I should already lost it. What was it called? I'm trying to find it. It was a funny website. Alright, here we go. I found it. No. It's, Alright, so on the topic of food, I would like to introduce you all to a website called Scrandle. This is a very interesting website that I was made aware of today. So, have you ever seen like those? It's basically you have to try to figure out which of the two foods is better looking. And today we're gonna play a quick game of figure out which food is going to be the best looking one. We're gonna do completely random. Ready? All right. So basically, you're presented two pictures, and these are all foods from like a soccer or football field somewhere in England or throughout the world, and you just kind of figure out which is more delicious. So, for example, this one has a Cornish pastry, which chips and gravy, and the other one is just McDonald's next to the field. I think the McDonald's one looks better, and you can see that, like, yes, 44 McDonald's is the winner, and so you just got to keep doing this over and over again. So I think it's just kind of interesting, like seeing what foods people. I actually am someone who really likes looking at food from stadiums and things like that, because I'm always interested in seeing what do people actually eat at these, you know, events, right? Because everyone's like, all these places serve different things, and it's always a curiosity to see what they have. I think this beef patty, chicken, pork, pulled cheese, yeah, this one's a little bland. You ever see the neither option? Unfortunately, there's no neither option. You have to suffer. Cheesy garlic bread looks a lot better than €7 for this? No, £7? Who's paying £7 for a plain hot dog? You want to try sloppy joes? Sloppy joes are okay. I don't like sloppy joes that much. Cheesy chips, chicken loaded fries. I think this one looks better. That one looks like someone may have jarred all over that. So burger with chips is £9. With pulled pork kebab with applesauce is £5. These both look disgusting. Why are you about to obliterate me with a high velocity burger? Honestly, I kind of like this one. Yeah, I was kind of right, but I think everyone didn't like it. Chicken and chips or mysterious pizza from a baseball game 2024. We all know which one's gonna win this one. A can of Stella or a dirty dog? Actually, that looks really good. Aside from the sheer amount of jalapenos on that thing actually looks delicious. Yeah, I don't care for beer, but that looks amazing. S'mores quesadilla or a foot-long chili cheese dog. Oh, you know what? That's actually tough. Some people do like sweets. I'm generally not much of a sweets person, but I can see the appeal of that specific dish. I think the foot-long is probably better. Oh wow, the s'mores actually was more popular. That's interesting. Drunken Monk Burger, beef, onion jam, bacon, provolone, cheddar on a pretzel bun with fries or chicken. You know what? Actually, for 13 pounds at a game, that's not that bad. I think I kind of like the burger. Oh wow, the fries were more popular. I guess the burger's too messy. Oh, we lost one of the animals due to malnutrition. I guess I didn't feed them in time. That's fine. I think we still have... Okay, that's fine. Steak pie meal deal or veggie jerk chicken and peas. Yeah. If I hear the word veggie and no meat, I'm instantly kind of dissuaded from clicking it. Steak pie honestly sounds really good. But I guess the veggie jerk really matters more. You know what's the funny thing is about food? When it comes to food photos, one thing I've learned is that presentation is everything. You can make the most garbage sounding dish sound delicious as long as the photos look correct. Like, as long as the photos look good, people will be like, you know what? That looks amazing. That looks delicious. The question is, you gotta be able to get a good photo of the food. And you'd be surprised at how often that is difficult for people to pull off. Because I guess some people just don't know how to take good photos. Like, for example, lighting matters a lot. You're hungry? Just trust me, I'm trying to make sure you get hungry. Man pointing emoji, what do you mean? Have you never had a sloppy joe? Is that really I know sloppy joes are predominantly an American thing. Now I'm kind of curious who else has not had a sloppy joe before. I assume a lot of people here have not ever had a sloppy joe, and now I'm kind of curious if some people don't know what it tastes like. Sloppy joe, if you don't know what it is, it's basically you take ground meat and like onions and you put it in like a tomato based sauce. So it's almost like it's not quite a stew, but you basically just make it really like a meat sauce in a way. It's very much like just a very thick meat sauce, but you can actually see and taste and feel the meat inside of there. And usually there's like tomato, onions, and some other sauces in there. And you serve it on bread. It's very American, I guess. I guess it's not really a thing that's found outside of America. It's man-to-man encounter. A sloppy Joe is a man-on-man encounter? I mean, depending, it's probably a slang term, yes, in a way. Am I gonna look up what the slang definition of a sloppy Joe is? If you want to go to Urban Dictionary, that's your prerogative, not mine. American cheese in most Irish burgers, you don't know. I'm thinking to define what coffee creamer is. I'm actually kind of surprised about the American cheese thing. I guess the American cheese thing makes sense. American cheese is very much a US thing, but I do like using American cheese sometimes. And let me explain before people go crazy about this. American cheese has a low melting point, which makes it actually really good for, well, burgers, surprisingly. So if you're ever looking for like burger cheese that you want like to have that ooey gooey feel and doesn't require a lot of effort, American cheese is usually what people immediately default to. What's happening here? Oh, this thing got wild. I guess we gotta kill this thing. Yeah, you don't like cheese on burgers? That's also fair. I mean, I'm one of those people who like loves cheese on stuff, so that's why I do like cheese on my burgers. You don't know, it's like kind of being slimy. You don't like the gooey texture. That's understandable, I think. Is this thing... Oh, we can still eat it. Fantastic. Let's undraft everyone. Everyone's dying and sick, and also I can't get this thing heated up. We just don't have... Oh, hold on. Let's have Z Opposer. Nope. Baroni? You do this. Okay, I need this refill. I need all these torches maintained. At least we can keep it nice and warm in some of these rooms. We might need actual temperature management. Let's just put a small campfire here. I didn't want to put a campfire, but I don't think I have a choice. Or a fire pit, it's probably okay. We have a lot of granite, yeah. Okay, we'll do that. What is coffee creamer? Why is it even called cream? Is it called cream in Ireland and brands? That's a good question, actually. So, I don't drink coffee. Okay, but coffee creamer, I believe is... I think it's just anything that's not milk that are used to whiten or lighten the coffee beverage. So, I don't really know what else beyond that is how it operates. I think it's a lot of like oils and stuff in there. And usually like sugars, like, to flavor it. Yeah, because I think it's mostly designed for people who are like lactose intolerant. Which there's a lot of people, and I may or may not actually be mildly lactose intolerant, but I'm fairly sure I'm not. I'm fairly sure I'm not lactose intolerant, but now I'm wondering. Also, we gotta put corpses. We gotta put human-like corpses that are fresh and make this one the normal. There we go. It should be fine. I don't know if it's like pumpkin space coffee, creamers process, or for someone to oh, gotcha. Also, hello, Rono and Ronnie. How are all of you doing? Hey, did you see that I'm playing a victory again? I managed to create the Kingdom of Heaven somehow. Basically, by forcing Britain, Spain, and France to help me fight against Russia and and Austria, and I have no idea how I managed to pull that off. I just got away with words, and I'm apparently really good at the game, and it'll never happen ever again. We gotta also cook more, butcher this meat. Who's our cook? Ronnie and Steve are the cooks, okay. Also, Unholy has not been tended to. He's still injured. Can you, like, go lie down in a bed, please? Kind of tend to your injuries real quick. There we go. There we go. At least this is being tended to slowly. Just gotta keep this lit up. It's too cold in some of these rooms, so we're trying to fix it up. You 1v1 Russia as Persia and survived? Only survived, didn't really win. Oh, okay, so you managed to at least break their will to fight. Hey, you know what? That's a win if you're fighting against a major power as a minor. If anything, you did it. So be proud of what you've accomplished. I like how our research is so slow. I might actually build another research lab if we can fit more people to research, but it might be a little difficult. We just have to survive through winter. It's already the 1st of December. Can we live or are we gonna die? Thankfully, we have a lot of fish too. Look at all that. Beautiful clownfish. And halibut. Oh my gosh. Also, just real quick schedule thing, because I know I did announce this on Discord, but just in case you missed it, due to a birthday this week, it's not mine, I may not be able to stream on Wednesday, depending on what time that I get back home. So it's possible that this week is only going to be a 2-stream week. It'll just be today and tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Thursday, because I never stream on weekends or on holidays. So just keep that in mind that I might not be streaming on Wednesday. So it'll be a really short week. There's going to be a lot of like, I think in the upcoming like just year in general, or at least in the upcoming months, there's going to be a lot more. I'm not going to be streaming for X amount of days. So hopefully you'll all remember me and I'm not going to like disappear into the ether where everyone forgot about me, but it's just an actual thing that I have to pay attention to. Notably, if you're really curious, I am going to not be streaming basically the entire last week of 2025. And basically basically I will not be streaming all the way from, I think December 22nd will be my last stream until like January 5th. I can't believe I'm already being, I can't believe a lot already forgot me. I can't believe this. Oh, I can't believe it. It's okay. Ray still will remember me. Ray will remember me even after I disappear into the ether. Coffee creamer sweetened oil and sugar? Yeah, so it's based on what it's saying, it's like an emulsion thing. And the reason why it can't be milk is because it's designed for people who are lactose intolerant. Oh my gosh, we keep losing these animals. I guess that's fine. It's just more food for us. Also, let's just go quickly chat these people up. Oh man. Ooh. I think... When did I get goats? That's weird. Alright, so I want to hold... Okay, so maybe I buy the breeding pig. I can't afford that. The Abumosauruses I can't afford. We have enough meat to last us a while. And a lot of veggies. I think I'm okay selling a lot of the random dinosaur hides. Just mostly and see what I can buy off of them. Ooh, coffee. I'm running out of luciferium. We have a lot of wood, so maybe I don't buy the wood. I will sell the ironwood. And I'll sell these. And I will purchase the... Maybe the cloth would be correct, actually. Buy the cloth. Am I gonna need synthread now? Probably not. Okay, so I hold on to the dinosaur leathers. And I will buy their stack of cookies. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now it's raining thunderstorm. That'll be fine too, maybe. Alright, so the goats are dying because I don't know how to feed them because I never made a way to... I should have made an animal barn. I think what we'll do is we'll make this northern section an animal farm section. I should have done this way earlier, but it's a little late now, so hopefully those animals will survive long enough for me to at least let them live. So why don't we do... Why don't we do something like this? 1, 2, 3... Like this, and then it does need to... It needs to fully enclose. And then this will need a animal flap. And then we need to build a fence. Probably just go, let's see, 1, 2, 3 wide. So probably we can go here to here is okay, and it shouldn't cause too much issue. It's a trap. It's mediocre in so many ways. Basically, a cheap synthetic fiber like poly. Oh, it's just literally polyester. Okay, so at that point, yeah, just have human flesh instead. It's better for your... Human leather's better for your skin anyways. It's all natural, is what I'm hearing. Okay, that should be fine, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Perfect. And then I need to put in a pen marker. That should be enough to feed all those animals without too much issue. And we'll need to also do a quick, I believe, hay, whatever it's called, hay loft. And then I will do miscellaneous sleeping spot for the animals. Furniture, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. Okay. Well, thanks really for the more random animals that have joined us. More small dinosaurs that now I have to feed, which should probably be okay. I'm sure we'll be fine. We gotta research something else. What are we researching? Yeah, I don't think I've ever really used synth thread before, but now I'm kind of curious if it's ever worth it. But it sounds like, no, it's not worth it. Don't ever touch it. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's right. I shouldn't touch it. What do I want next? Ooh, I don't think we're worthy enough to learn how plumbing works. We're definitely not automating anything right now. Let's turn our poop into biosolids so our crops will grow better. I think it'll be worth it. You kidding? Wait a second. Toxic fallout is now... Oh, Jesus, you've got to be kidding me. All right. It's toxic fallout, everyone's favorite weather event. How did this even happen? I thought this one can't be purchased. Was it just randomized? I guess it's just the game randomly choosing that this is going to happen now. Yeah, I don't think anyone bought Toxic Fallout, right? I didn't see anyone buy it. I think it's just random. Alright. Oh, it just comes on crash. Got it. Because basically, it would make sense, right? If you're out in space, you're coming back. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get a roof soon if we can build this quickly. It'll do like sun. So you have to remember the way I build things is that we do like a township-based build. So it's a little hard, but I think for now, just to at least make this a little easier, so I'm gonna just build a roof over the main throughways, like this. And that should hopefully at least mitigate some of the issues that we're gonna run into from having this. I'll eventually also get rid of this because I don't want this much roof. I want sunlight, but this is for safety purposes. This is what we have to do. How am I doing it this way? I can just bucket fill this. Yeah. You know what? I should do something like that too. I haven't done that style design, but I think in the future I'll try doing that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, our crops are gonna die, and so will the animals unless I build this faster. But I think I ran out of wood again. You know what? Hold on. Are they still here? Yeah, I wanna buy their wood real fast. Hello. Okay, I'm buying all your wood. Okay, thank you. And then my builder is Comrade Brony, who is dying of poisoning. Mild amounts of toxic buildup, but you'll be fine. Okay, so at least we can get this built out relatively quickly without too much issue, hopefully. Anyways, on an unrelated note, I don't know, what did I say when I was going to finish this run? I think if we make it... I'm trying to think what the timing is for the next run. I think we might have enough time between this stream and the next... Or this colony and the next colony before Nekograd to do something new, but we'll have to see. It legitimately might be that the next colony after this is just Nekograd, depending on what time looks like. So keep that in mind as we get closer and closer to the, to the next year. Nekograd in space will be kind of interesting. Also, because I saw that Vanilla Expanded Space got released, or grav ships, which was kind of interesting to peek at, but the more I looked at it, I'm like, this is just... They took a lot of Save Our Ship mechanics and just added it to grav ships, which is fine. But does it step on the toes of Save Our Ship? That's always been like my biggest issue with Vanilla Expanded, is that once it exists on Vanilla Expanded, everyone wants to use Vanilla Expanded as the default, when, like, it's basically why I refuse to use, like, Vanilla Expanded heating, because I vastly prefer the Dub's bad hygiene methodology. For, like, heating and all that shenanigans they do to everyone. I figured they did it to everyone. What a shame. Have they no shame? It sounds like they have no shame. Oh, shoot. You know what I need? I need a pawn just on basic work all the time. Holy cow, everyone's starting to get a little bit of that toxic buildup. I think as long as they're not... Oh, geez, yeah, we gotta get rid of this thing, too. Alright, I need this built now. So I'm gonna just mass order this until this is all built. And then I want this. Okay. Get over here. Here, 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 here. And then here, 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 and here. Okay, and then this one as well. And that should be an... Okay, then we can deconstruct this one. And hopefully we can haul those guys over there. Okay, and then you need to build the roof here. Perfect, and then here, storage, clear all, critical, hay. Goes in here. And then with that, I should be able to start moving all the... Oh, wait, where's the hay? Oh, here it is. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Haul this ASAP. That should be enough to at least get them fed. Because I assume... Yeah. Okay. Hopefully they'll stay inside. There we go, that's fine. Alright, there we go. As much as a shame, Oscar that God trying to tell you didn't know about the controversy of gender and use knowledge. Oh! I saw that controversy on the Rimworld Discord, and I was like, this is a very heated discussion, is all I was gonna say about it. Discussion being a very light term to use there. You did your scandal as a 1.2 meh hot dog versus a little living bird. So I saw that one. I saw that. Oh, jeez. Why did all the meat rot away? A lot of our meat just rotted, and I'm now concerned. This man who runs it, he's no shame, no guilt. I know. I don't blame you for being annoyed and for just hating everything that he does. A raider's lair has arrived nearby. We can raid it. Guarded by 4 tribes people. They'll give us a silent neuroformer. It's not a bad quest, I think. That's perfectly fine. I think we might do that quest. Get the silent neuroformer early. I think if I ever reach the point where I am being a pretentious dick about art, or not necessarily about art, but like about the things that I do, I authorize everyone here to yell at me if I ever turn out like that, because I think one thing is that people sometimes let their popularity get to their heads, and they think they're immune from criticism when they are in fact not immune to criticism. And I think people should be held, I guess accountable is a way to describe it, to the people that supported them, or, or are friends with them. Is this? Oh, this is set to critical. That's why this should be set to normal. Set this to preferred. I want this hay and the other one. Also, that means we need to start grabbing the fish before it like rots. It's a little dark and spooky in here, but, I mean, I guess it works. I still don't have enough wood. I gotta get that wood. We can't keep our stoves open if we don't have any trees. But yeah, the problem is that if I want to do another Necograd in space, I need to look at like what are the options available, and unfortunately, the vanilla expanded grav ships is decent looking at the very least. Am I going to guarantee to use it? Probably not, but we'll see. Oh, it's chapter 1. That's even sillier. Heat would help. Well, we are heated. A lot of these rooms are, at least the important ones. And actually, the problem is that one of the issues that these bedrooms aren't actually like all heated together, which might be a bit of an issue. As long as the toxic buildup isn't too bad, like 5%, I think we'll be okay. Some of them are at 15. They're just getting a little rough. So maybe we gotta be careful with that, since they don't have, we're just breathing in that toxic dust. Maybe we just keep everyone restricted to indoors for the time being. Yeah, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a new zone. Make a new zone here, area 1. We're gonna call this... toxic safe. And then we're gonna just do this by bucket filling in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, whoop. That's fine. There we go. No, I understand why well, I don't know why I had that one on. I understand why you have a stand. Don't worry. I read the discussion and I was like, this is There's taking accountability for your own actions and admitting fault, and then there's just like saying it's not my fault. Everyone who disagrees with you, which is that's the part that bothers me. If you're willing to at least admit your own mistakes, that's one thing. If you're not willing to admit your own mistakes, that's a whole different issue. I know too many people who are like that in not just like in the VTuber space and also in real life, where they don't want to admit their own mistakes. I'm trying to think, like, I have a story to tell, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate to tell because I'm not sure. I don't think anyone. Let me think. Oh yeah, I have four outfits here. Regular. I have the swimsuit model. We got the maid outfit. We got the Nekograd outfit. Comes with a little hat. And then we got the normal outfit. And yes, they're all bound to like shift key, and I use shift key for a lot of things. So if I play a first-person title, let's just say my outfits start to spaz out very quickly, and it's very funny. Exactly. Okay, so all right, here. Let me tell you a story because this person. It's about a friend. It's about a first. Yeah, it is about a person who is a former friend that he made some very questionable decisions in his life, and since I don't think he watches this, I think it'll be fine to discuss about this story and explain to you some of the weird things. Okay, so I knew a guy, and he was to say yes, Ray, you know exactly what I'm going to talk about. There's a very interesting fellow that I knew who didn't like taking accountability for his actions in a way, because he really fell into the anti-work movement when that was getting traction in the middle of COVID. You know, why have a job? All that type of thing. And so he had a very cushy, fully remote banking job that he decided to quit because he had a girlfriend who was really into not working and, you know, rebelling against society, that type of thing. Which, fine, whatever, but he would complain about how he wasn't able to do some of the things that the rest of us were doing, like going out when we're going to eat and stuff like that. And he didn't want to take accountability for the fact that he didn't have a job anymore. And the weirdest issue about this guy was he was. Also, he found a bag of Werther's original Sam because he had pumpkin spice and apple caramels in it. That's a bag of chips? Oh no, it's a bag of caramels. I don't know why I thought it was chips. Anyways, where I'm getting with the story. So anyways, he's at the time he was 30, and he had a girlfriend that was 30. And then for whatever reason, he decided to break up with his long-term girlfriend because he found someone new, someone younger. Okay, which is a little questionable, but you know, it's his life. I'm not here to judge. But the problem is that he left his girlfriend for someone who was 19. Now, 19 is an adult. That's fine. However, he's 30, and he just left his long-term relationship with someone who was also 30 to be with this 19-year-old who has never had a job and barely has any life experience, basically just got out of high school. And he basically stopped hanging out with us because he wanted to hang out with her all the time. And when he's quit working, and he wonders why and after they broke up eventually, okay, after a couple of years, and he started wondering like why we don't invite him to anything anymore. And I had to explain to him, we don't invite you to anything anymore because, like, well, I didn't explain it to him, but one of my friends had to explain to him because he just never wanted to do anything when he was going out with this individual. And now I was wondering like why is like, and he kind of burnt a lot of bridges. Basically, the moral of the story is when you burn bridges, like, and you wonder why those bridges are burnt, you gotta look introspectively to the actions that you committed and figure out what went wrong. And also maybe don't cradle rob people who just got out of high school. It's a little weird, you know? A little strange. You know, we should probably not allow people to fish because I just realized the toxic buildup in the fishing is gonna be a little high. So no fishing. No, get back inside. No fishing allowed. Also, I remember the other, so let's do toxic safe. There we go. Okay, hopefully the toxins will start to dissipate bit by bit. They are attacking us, which they might already be getting toxic buildup, but not enough to really harm them. Peace us in your mind. I mean, yeah. We all had the same thought, like, this is a little questionable. Alright, you have a gun. You have not very good shooting stat. I'm gonna have you... Okay, hold on. First of all, I need a roof here. I got to roof this up. You here, you here. I'm gonna have you drop that gun. And I'm gonna have Exonia swap that, take the gun instead. Okay, you can have... This is your sidearm. I'm gonna undraft you, draft you, you, and you, and you. Right, we gotta get ready for this. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with an age gap, but I think when it's an age gap that's like 10 years and the second one of the parties is literally just out of high school, you might be a little suspect there. Okay, they're attacking now. Can I just funnel them into this very tight corridor? Would this be easier? I think they're gonna try to force into this tiny corridor, or I guess not. All right, let's go over here. Oh, they're attacking our animals. No, the iguanodon. All right, we gotta wait until they get through here. Ray, you don't want to die, so maybe you don't stand over there. Okay, Immortal's gonna intercept this one here, and then we're gonna start smashing these faces in. With enough spears, we too can resolve any problem. Okay, we have a weapon. Get over here and fight. Doesn't matter if you're not a good fighter. If you have a weapon, you are a combatant. Okay, good. Maybe you around here, trying to smack this guy down. Maybe pull Ray back out, and then just keep smashing these faces in. You don't fight. Let's have these three move in. See if we can just quickly bum rush the archers from the back. They can't block us all. All right, and then we're gonna undraft you, so you can go back to rest. Okay, you go rescue. And then you're gonna assist here. Perfect. All right. We can capture one of them. Two of them. No. Oh, I think we killed them all. All right. I guess we're not capturing anyone. They're all dead. Well, then settled routine when they start a career. If you're done, the brain is done developing. The brain is never truly done developing. I think it's just more just like, hey, think about like the thing about the amount of life experience each of you have. That's basically what it is. That's basically the story. I don't know where I went with that. That was a very bad story to tell. I apologize. I will get better at storytelling one day, but the thing is, like, every time I see people who talk about like their life stories, they have so much interesting stuff. You know what I do on a day-to-day basis? The exciting thing about my day is whenever I go talk to Ray, or go out to eat something, and then just the weird food adventures that I have, because some of the food adventures I have are very strange. Like, I like eating out, probably a little too much, and I'm always intrigued by some of the specials that some of the places that I normally eat at like to have. For example, I like to eat Popeyes, as questionable as Popeyes is sometimes. And they normally have this really good deal called the Big Box, and they got rid of it because it's a limited time offer. And here's the thing. We played Five Nights at Freddy's the other day, right? If Five Nights at Freddy's had to have a collab with any restaurant brand you can think of, what do you think it would be? Probably a pizza company, right? I mean, it would make sense that the game about a pizzeria would have a sorry, 1 second, I gotta make sure these people tend to themselves. Would have a collab with the pizzeria, but that's not what they did. I'm not even joking when I say this, but they decided to have a collab with Popeyes, a fried chicken restaurant, which really didn't make any sense to me when I saw that. I was like, but why? Oh my gosh, there's so many infections. People are dying. We may need to expand the hospital. I thought 5 would be enough beds, but we're all getting smacked around a lot. Oh shoot, rescue you, and then an Infidave next. And then tend to Unholy after this, because we don't have enough doctors here. Okay, I think this should be fine. That infection is a bit of an issue. Okay, I guess Infidaves. No, you tend here. Let that man rest, because now you're... Alright, that's fine. I don't know why they didn't go after the Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese, I think, would have been the perfect one, but maybe Chuck E. Cheese, the brand, doesn't want to associate with a horror game brand, would be my guess. That's usually the reason why these things happen. Are you gonna die? Oh, wait, no, you're not dying, right? Oh, no, you have sensory mechanites, which will have to just go away after a certain amount of time. On the other hand, look at this. Your manipulation is crazy, and you can hear beyond more than you normally can. Also, you got toxic buildup, but that's a different problem. You'll be fine. Just, give it some time. And the animals here should be fine, too. There's enough to eat, and I believe these are all... Yes, these all eat hay. So as long as there's enough hay for them, they're all vegetarian. What's the word? Herbivores? Yeah, they're all herbivores. I gotta sneeze. Ow. That hurt. Also, I don't know if anyone saw, but I posted a question on Discord about what songs people wanted to hear for the Christmas album. I got a couple responses. I don't know if I'm gonna do some of those options, but there was also some of those that I had never heard before. You said before, but for a man in my 30s, my sneezes are very what now? Dainty? It really depends. So if you talk to Ray, sometimes my sneezes are like that, and sometimes they're like incredibly violent. I think on stream they happen to be like the more light one, but sometimes they're like violent. Especially when it's allergy season. Oh my god. I think my nose is already a little stuffy too. I need to like get some nasal decongestants at some point. But I don't also want to take Benadryl. I'm actually like trying to avoid taking Benadryl from now on. And I might try taking something else like Zyrtec or whatever, because I was reading some stuff that made me very concerned, where it's basically like, hey, so anyways, did you know that Benadryl can give you... What sort of thing? It can give you... dementia when you're older? And I was like, okay, maybe I should stop taking this if I ever need to deal with, you know, allergies. Also, I'm just gonna move this a little bit. Also, why does it feel like my screen... Why does it feel like my stream window is just, like, weirdly not aligned? Oh, I think it isn't aligned. Oh my god, it isn't aligned. Whoa. My game window's been, like, misaligned for God knows how long. That's so weird. That's so weird. Hello, Zoingo. Are you alive? Did you survive your work? Oh my god, we have a cold snap and toxic fallout. Or how are we gonna survive this? Should we just abandon and then just leave and walk away? I guess we could. The main issue right now is... Oh, jeez. I need to rate attend to this. I need to make sure I pay attention to the triage. No, you don't do that. Let's have Immortal do it. Immortal's probably healthier. Is anyone else dying of significant diseases? No. That infection had a 7%. We may need to rip that arm off. Also, Zongo, I don't know if you saw, but I realized with the 3D printer, I could just print out N-gauge models. Not necessarily the trains themselves, but, you know, various other things like terrain bits, buildings. I was like, oh my god, wait a second. I have so much power. I could do all of that. I have the tools to do it. So now I'm very much considering doing that at some point. How much? 6 stacks. Yeah, 6 stacks is fine. Let's just do a silver crate, and we'll do steel crate here is fine. Got done for the voice on you went all right. Ah, you need to get into voice acting. You have a really good presentation voice. Is that why? God, I wish I knew how to get into voice acting. I think it'd be a lot of fun to try, but the thing is, I think I do not have a wide range of emotion. You would hire me as a person to do voiceovers, and not maybe voice a character unless that character is supposed to be like a deadpan individual, because I can't. look up videos. It's not just looking up videos, but like learning how to get that initial, like those industry connections and setting up like your reel and all that stuff. I think it'd be a lot of fun for sure, though. Okay, so the weather is cold snap with gentle snow and toxic fallout. We are gonna die. This, that infection's getting too hard. Okay, let me think. So, if it's at 79%... I think we have to take that arm off. I think we have to remove Unholy's arm. Voice 123 is a decent. I might have to look into that. Okay, I already hate this website only because they're already promoting AI voice acting. That's already a bad sign. Okay. Alright, yeah, we don't have a choice. I think that arm's gotta go. We gotta get rid of that arm. Yikes. Alright. Ray also has life-threatening infection, which she did not survive. Ray's dead. And another one bites the dust. Yeah, that infection... Well... Oh, man, if I had caught that earlier, we could have removed it. It's just a hand. We might have had enough time to remove Ray's hand. Oh, wait a second. She can't die. I forgot she has, Wait. Wait, that's right. I forgot she's immortal. That's right. Ray literally can't die. Never mind. Alright, just kidding. Haha, Ray gets to live yet another day. She's truly just immune. Industry standard. Okay, like, here's the thing. I know there's a bit of a trend right now for VAs to offer their voices up for AI model training, which I think is what they're doing here at Voice 123. It sounds like that's what it is based on what I'm reading. But man, that still sucks. That a lot of it is now becoming centered around AI instead of just hiring someone to just do the stupid voice, right? Also, we're being raided. Every time we research something, I think we're getting attacked. I think you can only research like once every 5 days or something. And I think that's the part that frustrates me. Like I said before, being a creative in this day and age is just a curse. And it sucks. Well, if Ray's immortal, then we can just wait until the immunity infection just goes down, so it's fine. Also, we're being attacked. We gotta deal with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, get this stack over here. They're probably gonna attack the southern front, since they don't know how to breach walls, I guess. We have a custom xenotype, or just humans. Mostly just humans. Yeah. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Being creative today, it sucks. I saw something recently, too. There's been, like, some drama about a... I'm glad that conventions are cracking down on generative AI and basically saying, if you do Gen AI and try to sell it as a product, we're just going to kick you out. So I saw that's a thing that's happening as of late. But something interesting is that there was a whole bit of drama recently that there was a artist who was basically promoting his Gen AI work and trying to sell it at a convention, and he got called out for it, and then he started getting really mad about being called out and was starting to, for lack of better words, DMCA any video that was critical of him and his actions. Which I'm like, that's very much not a good sign if you're going to be doing that type of thing. And apparently it became a huge deal in the art world, which was kind of surprising to see. I'm thinking everyone you can pay them a lot to get something they barely got make to stockholders. I hate it. Isn't because I know Arc Raiders is like AI voiced, right? Because they don't want to have to keep grabbing the voice actors to record new lines. So they're like, well, if you're willing to sell your voice to us and make an AI model out of it, we'll pay you $. Oh, jeez. Can we even approach these guys? Ronnie's... Okay, you're dying. We can barely approach these. Oh, shoot. That one was a... Okay, well... Right, you rescue Ronnie and get out of here. You stop. And then let's get everyone tended to now. Okay, the reactive voices are AI generated. That still sounds really weird. Not a fan of that. I still think they should just hire VAs, but what do I know? I'm just a lowly consumer. My opinion doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. The great corporate overlords know what's best for us, right? They know that what we want, and what we apparently want is to consume. Right. Hopefully you can tend to all these injuries, because these people are gonna die. Ronnie especially needs to be tended to now. Is Ronnie gonna live? Come on. Come on. I think Ronnie died. Alright, we weren't fast enough to keep Ronnie alive. Okay. Alright. We'll bury Arani. I'm sorry, Arani. We thought we could keep you alive. What was your role in the colony? Probably had a really important one, right? Ah, you are... Oh, shoot. You were the cook. Which means Steve is now the only cook remaining. Okay. That sucks. Can you refill these? We don't have wood to fill these up. Great. Okay. God, I hate toxic fallout. It's absolutely the worst thing to deal with. Okay. Shroud of Shanti for being rigged because they wouldn't give arc raiders more nominations because of AI. Oh yeah, I saw that. He's like, if... Okay, here's the thing. I hate it. I say it sometimes in joke, but sometimes it seems like some of these people are dead serious when they say, if X doesn't win thing, then voting system is rigged for whatever reason. And it happens especially with video games and media contests all the time, where it's like, my favorite game didn't win, therefore the polls are rigged, etc, etc, etc. And it's such a ridiculous thing to hear every single... And I hate it. Like, Arc Raiders is just another extraction shooter. Why does it deserve to be a winning game, right? And I don't blame TJ for being like, hey, we don't want to normalize AI art or AI anything. So, oh my gosh, why was there 3 infections? Wait. What the heck? Why were there like 5 infections? Oh my god, we're dead. We're so dead. I can't keep everyone alive. Why is the 10 quality so bad? Oh my gosh. We don't have any medicine. Oh god. I don't think the toxic sludge is... I mean, it's probably because the room is dirty. Yeah, dark room, dirty floor. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let's make a zone real quick. Dump it all here. Storage. Fecal sludge goes here. Critical, okay. Haul that out now. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna allow... I need a sacrificial pawn. I'm gonna choose... Deepulse is a sacrifice. Okay. Alright, we're doing what we can. Okay, so Ray's gonna be okay. Left leg, we may need to chop off, but that seems to be okay. Diarrhea, malnutrition. Infection is 34%, which I think might be okay. It's not a legit good thing on the Indie uses Gen AI. Oh yeah, I mean, the problem is, again, we're never getting out of, we'll never be free from the AI abominations. Oh. We have to get through winter. We have no more food because our cook is too busy. Where's our cook? Steve is our cook. Steve is near having a mental breakdown. We can't cook because we don't have wood. Oh my god. Alright, well, you know what? We didn't really need this chair. We really didn't need that chair in the end. Brony, get over here. We definitely didn't need these. Okay, and then I need you to quickly refuel this. No, there's storage there, but it's they're not allowed to go out there because it's the toxic fallout. However, I did make Zeoposer be someone who can do it, except Zeoposer will never do hauling, which is also really dumb, so now I need to pick someone else. Unholy. We'll never do hauling! Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, Alright, so I think what we do is we'll make Airman Joker be the one to haul that out of there, and then now that this is filled, we can have Steve quickly cook a couple meals now. We have enough fuel to cook at least some food. And then Airman Joker, please haul that out. Now we can get that out of there. Alright, fantastic. Okay, so this is a little bit cleaner. And then I need you... Okay, you won't do that because of course you won't. So now you need to refuel this. And then I think we'll bury Arani next. Okay, so then you need a berry. Except we can't. Why? There's a grave. For Arani, why are you not allowed to bury Arani? I don't get it. This always confuses me, like, why am I not allowed to bury? Oh my goodness, everything is just going downhill. Every 5 seconds, every time I'm around, something bad is happening already. Why can't you bury Arani? I never understand why burying just breaks half the time. Okay, anyways, let's just make sure everyone survives. Okay, so... Oh my gosh. Your infection is 10 quality 0. Amazing. Alright, that's really bad. Okay. We can't breach health. Ixonia has an infection on the torso. 32%, which might be enough. Brony's got 40%, which might be enough, depending on how well this goes. So, who's the remaining doctor? It's just Immortal, right? Okay. Because Ray's still knocked out, so you have to self-tend is fine. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Zeoposer, do you want to be a doctor? Alright. Good, you're a doctor. Alright, so we're gonna have you go back into bed. And then we're gonna have Zeoposer come over here and start tending to people. Hopefully, it might be enough with a little bit of light in here. Okay. Whatever we can do. But the Great Plague of the winter of 5001 is probably gonna kill a good number of our tribe. Oh, Ray's still dying. We may need to pull out Immortal's lung. Yeah, also we need to get Unholy a new arm, I forgot about that. But what do we even have options as? Install a wooden... No, wait, I can't do a whole wooden arm. Oh my gosh. Wait, if I remove an arm off of someone, can I reattach that arm onto someone else? Or are arms one of those things that are just non-transferable? I'm actually trying to remember if arms are transferable or not. Not in vanilla? Okay. Got it. Got it. Why can't I bury Ixonia? Or Arani? This is Arani's grave. Right? So why can't I bury? I need to look this up, because this always frustrates me. Why can't I bury Colonist? You did disallow bodies from your existing stockpiles. Wait, what? That's okay. Wait, that's really what you have to do. That's so dumb. So they'll move it to there, but you have to specifically tick tick off, allow colonist corpses so they don't go into the grave, or else they won't go into the grave. What a strange mechanic. Okay, so Raijiri. Okay, you stop okay, Immortal, maybe you stop tending people, and we'll have Zeopulsar tend instead. Every time Immortal's tending to someone, people start to die a little bit faster. Okay. So Brony lives. Somehow. Okay. So I think Raijiri will have to lose that leg, is my guess. We will probably have to remove Immortal's lung. Alright. I think we just don't have a choice. We just gotta purge that lung. There's no way. Yep. Alright. There's no light in here. We don't have any wood. What are my choices? What do I do? Oh my goodness. Oh wait, the toxic fallout's over. Oh my god, it only took... Oh, finally, we're free. Okay, so now we need to chop down trees. Okay, except there's like no trees anymore because they all died. Okay, so Immortal is our plant specialist who's also dying. So I can't have Immortal chop down plants. It's gotta be Infidave, who is at least alive. So let's quickly chop down this tree. I think we just gotta do it. I think I don't have it. I can't wait for the light. I think we just have to try. Let's see. We might have enough time. Let's see. Okay, so you're gonna pick up that wood, and then we're gonna have you quickly drop it off over here. And then I need Zeopulsar standing right here. All right, Zeopulsar, are you ready? Are you ready to be a hero? Can you remove Immortal's lung? Oh wait, you already did it. Never mind. I wasn't paying attention, but you apparently removed his lung. Her lung. Good job. You did it. Okay, I think we survived. Actually, the real problem is Exonia's. Yeah. The main issue, I don't think Exonia is going to survive. So Exonia's main issue is that it's in the torso, and unless you know a way to remove the torso without killing the patient, I think Exonia just dies. And there's little I can do about this. 54%. That's probably not enough. Oh my gosh, we're getting attacked again. All right. So anyways, also tomorrow we're doing the rat game. Ray really wanted the rat game. She keeps asking me to stream the rat game, so to appease her, we're gonna do exactly that. We'll play the rat game. I don't mind the rat game, but you know, she really wants to see it. It's like her addiction, the rat game. Raijiri still died. Okay, so I failed to remove the right leg in time. I wasn't paying attention. I thought Raijiri was gonna survive. I think Immortal lives, right? Yes, okay. Alright, we gotta build 2 more graves is my guess. I don't think Exonia lives. Every in-game year, there's always one disease cycle that just kills everyone back to back. We may need to actually build proper defenses at this point. As in, we may need to do like a... I don't want to do a trap wall, but I think we don't have a choice. Otherwise, we're just going to keep having to run into all these fights and just explode on contact every time. So, we'll just probably set up like a funny kill maze, trap maze here, and then they'll just die. Those guys are probably going to push from the north. Yeah, I think a lot of people... Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people said they liked... Oh, shoot. Alright, Immortal's out here fighting alone, which is not a good thing. Alright, there goes Exonia. I'm sorry, Exonia, I couldn't save you. Alright, Immortal's melee skill is now 20. Which means Immortal just wins every melee fight. Assuming Immortal can get to the target in time. Yeah, okay, so you win that. Okay, so then I need this stack to go north. They're setting my walls on fire, which is not a good thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're gonna try to kidnap. They're kidnapping Immortal. I don't know if I can stop them. You've got to be kidding me. They're stealing my best fighter. Come on, come on. Wait, hold on. We might. There we go. We saved Immortal. Holy cow. Okay, and then we got to go now deal with the remaining up here. Except they already backed off, right? Okay, they backed off. Infidave is bleeding out. And now my entire base is on fire again. Alright, well, let's get you into a bed. And then undraft you. Okay, what a disaster. Alright, you're dying. You're dying. Okay, so Z Opposer, it's time to be a doctor again. Okay, so one at a time. Okay, you'll be fine. So 10-2. Infidave. Alright, another one lives. I do want to stream more Hoi 4 though, too, is the other thing. I did play more Hoi 4 over the weekend. Just because I wanted to try out the new DLC, and I've come to the conclusion that maybe I won't stream Hoi 4 that much anymore moving forward. I like the game a lot, but some of the focus trees are just... eh? I was playing the new Philippines focus tree, and I decided, what if I just did Democratic Bastion Fortress Philippines? And it's weirdly boring, is the best way to describe it. Because you eventually reach a point where, no matter how many times the Japanese invade you, you just are uninvadable. Like, you truly just become a giant brick wall that they can't punch through, and a lot of the game is just sitting there. I'm gonna hang with your friends soon. Hope you all... Oh, have a good night, Kayla. Thanks for swinging by. Enjoy your evening. Okay. We'll never haul. Alright, let's bury these two. And then we gotta run the funerals first. We gotta run 3 back-to-back funerals. Alright. Hey, the game's running a little faster now, though, that we have all these going. Let's do the Irani funeral first, with whoever's alive to do this. God, we're down to 5 again. We're down to 8. We lost, like, 4 people today. Okay, that was terrible, apparently. Everyone gets a -3 mood penalty. Great. That's just what I want to see. Yeah. Alright, what's the next one? Alright, that one was heartwarming +8. Okay, what's the other one? Maybe we can gamble for another number. Come on. Give me something good. Alright, so at least double heartwarming, so we should be okay for a while. Okay. Okay, what do we need to focus on now? Okay, so aside from Ray starving over there, which means the opposer should probably feed, and then we have the animals. They have food. We have growing zones to worry about later. We need to kill more trees. We'll do exactly that. We'll chop down trees. Whatever trees we can get our hands on. And then I need to use the restroom. There we go. That should be fine. Look at that. Beautiful. I feel like you're constantly neutral with that mask on. Well, aside from the fact that you're probably on the verge of a mental breakdown because you've had no recreation and no sleep, yeah. Seeing your friends die, but the low expectations of the colony are keeping you alive. Also, since Immortal's a masochist, at least that keeps Immortal happy, but man, losing all those people sucks. Because Ixonia was also like our one gunner, and now we don't have access to firearms. I think we buried Ixonia with the gun. We may have to desecrate Ixonia's body, pull it out, and grab that firearm off that corpse. But that's a problem for later. This colony really does just rip through so much wood, though, is the problem, because everyone wants lights in their rooms, but we don't have enough wood, which means we probably need to do a tree growing zone soon. In fact, that's what we'll probably do over here. We'll probably do a... oh, shoot. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so let's do something like this. I want to make sure this is, like, filled out like that. This is the grass fields, and this one's going to be the tree fields. I think poplars are probably fine. 15 days, 30 days. This gets you bamboo or fibercorn. Hodas. Yeah, we'll do poplars, okay. Booga booga, hello there, Normar. Good evening. I know, unfortunately, we don't know how to make light without wood. It's a shame. We'll have to think about it a little bit more. I'll have to just keep thinking about our future plans of what we could do. If also I can get him some heal root, that'd be great. Harvest the fully grown ones. Thank you very much. All right. Before I go use the restroom, is there anything else here that I can order? Let's move all the poop, please. Yeah, and the caveman ether crystals. Oh, I was doing for the 14 main story. I was getting a little further on it. All right, let me use the restroom. Hopefully nothing bad happens to the colony while I disappear for like a few minutes. Hey, welcome, Garm. How are you doing? Are you here to relax now that you've been freed from the shackles of pre-Thanksgiving work, wherein all are going to go crazy as they demand more and more from the common worker such as yourself? I hope you survive the trials to come. That's right, the shackles of retail work. Working with the... Well, you know, that comes with the salaried position. You want to make light without wood? I would like to learn how to make light without wood, because we're using wood right now to fuel... Well, everything in the colony right now is fueled by wood, because we're cavemen. We have not unlocked the ancient art of literally anything else yet. We're trying to, but we gotta get through winter first, and winter is a very slow, painful process to survive. I probably also want to start sealing this off. We maybe... do something over here. But yes, the Hashire Soryu. Actually, I completely forgot about that. I should re-record that. I made one a long time ago. I think it's time for me to re-record that with like even worse singing, because it's been a while. You know, good old Hashire Soryu kaze no yoni tsukimi haro paruru paruru. Yeah, everyone's favorite meme. It's been beaten to death a billion times. Make electricity, problem, idiot cavemen. Idiot cavemen don't know how to make rocks think yet. Judging your boss's boss because you're messaging back and forth the lead designer at 1 a.m. and she'd kill us both if she knew. Oh. So, I see. I hope you're able to succeed in doing your working through the holidays suffering. I'm sure it can't be that bad, right? Or is it gonna be bad? Also, we're gonna remove the roof in the outdoors. Let's just strip this roof here. Oh, jeez. Okay, so why don't we... Maybe it doesn't need to be that big, but just do this for now. And then when it's removed, we'll set it to ignore. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, so we're in the tribal era. We managed to get out of the Stone Age. We actually have access to things now, which is what matters. That corpse is also a rotting thing, and we do need to start butchering these animals a bit more. But when you only have so many pawns that can do work at any given time, the amount of things that you can do start to drop rapidly. Well, the next age is medieval era, if we can get there. But it's gonna be tough. We are also butchering humans, because I forgot we eat humans. That's right, we're cannibals. We love cannibals. Copper! So, actually, yeah, we don't actually know how to make... Do we know how to make tools? Oh, we do. Okay, so we have a smithy. We can make a fueled smithy, which would allow us to manufacture steel weapons. Also, we can make our meat last longer, because now we can build a smokehouse. So, we have things going for us if we can actually get the material to make said things. I only have 15 medicine left. I am out of medicine, aren't I? Huh. Because what happened to my tailor bench? I don't know where I have my tailor oh wait, no, it was the crafting spot, right? I think a few more bandage kits, that should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Also, I want to just talk about something while this game tries to make me not explode. Since we're not going to do this quest, I have been addicted to watching YouTube videos recently of Japanese model train kits, and I really want to buy some when I go to Japan next time, because apparently there's an entire store. There's a brand called Kato, right? And so I started researching about different gauges for model trains, because apparently there's like a whole variety of them. There's like N gauge, O gauge, HO gauge, L gauge, and it's actually like a whole thing. And I was like, huh, so which one is the one that I would want to use? We're being raided by the Serpent Clan. Oh my goodness, they never stop. Wow, they have hardcore names. This one's name is Ragno. This one's Blackworm. Whoa. And Salamander Slayer. Ernvast Salamander Slayer Eggerston. This must be a person who contributed early on. Hosting the marshals, totally fine holding down two urgent projects at the same time while running down tickets and fell through connects because of the project on fire. Well, you know what? What I'm hearing is that it's not really your problem anymore, right, Alana? Only a part of it is your problem. There's a mad boom rat attacking us too, which I guess I can't deal with. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, you're on fire now. You need to get out of there. And Infidave is dying. Alright. So the other problem is that Immortal is having a mental breakdown. Steve is having a mental... Everyone's just having a mental breakdown now. Great. Okay. This is going very poorly for us. So we're being attacked, so now I gotta deal with being attacked now too. Except our best fighters are currently knocked out. Alright, well, we'll do what we can. You need a weapon. I'm gonna give you... What do we have? We'll give you the... Give you that steak is fine. Let's see if this is enough to at least fight. I have heard about HO gauge. I don't really know much about HO gauge, but it was one of the ones that did come up in when I was doing research, like I said earlier. But I think I would probably end up getting N gauge if I were to go down the rabbit hole of, you know, miniature railroads. Okay, we gotta pull them back. We gotta pull back. Pull back. No, pull back. Pull back, you fools. All right, go. Okay, there we go. Now we fight here. We're gonna bait him in, and then you stand here, start stabbing. Hold that knife. Okay, so it might be enough to fight him off. I know there's another one attacking us, and we're still on fire. Infidave is still dying. I need to pull the opposer out because you're my doctor. I need you to stay alive. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna capture this one. Okay, are they still fighting us? No, I think they gave up. Perfect. Okay, so oh my gosh, everyone's injured. Okay, you quickly rescue Infidave. And the opposer's injured too, but there's also a giant fire that needs to be put out. Oh, there's still someone here fighting. Okay, great. Maybe 2 people can be enough to fight off the one named Black Worm? Okay, so you back off. We don't have any more spare beds, right? Okay. 1, 2. Okay, so we're gonna make these. Capture this guy, undraft you. You capture him, and then you're fine. Who's my doctors? Immortal's a doctor, but Immortal's having a mental break, so that's fun. Ray's also having a mental breakdown. I know the wood wall's on fire. Like, the main problem right now is I don't have a way to tend to everyone who's injured. Alright, Airman Joker, time to become a doctor. Someone's got to do it. Hopefully it'll be fine. Okay, you need to get into a bed now, too. As long as the injuries get tended, I don't care how badly it's tended. It just needs to be tended enough. Okay. Immortal is no longer having a mental break, which means we can now do this. We ran out of wood. We ran out of wood in the fight in here. Listen. Oh, jeez, another call. Okay, you're dying too. Yes, Infidave, what's wrong? Why are you throwing things at me? I haven't done anything. Okay. Then we gotta quickly rescue Brony here, who's on the floor and dying. Okay. So at least they're tended to. The prisoners are tended to. Wait a second. Wait. Am I not allowed to recruit them? Enslave only? Release or... Oh, I can't recruit them. Wait, why can't I recruit them? Also, enjoy your lurking, Garm. May you have a good rest. I gotta figure out what's going on. I don't know why I can't recruit them. Well, you know what? That's fine. We need a lung anyways. And I think Unholy's missing an arm? A trumpet still eludes you in Dukov. Are you having fun with Dukov still? I haven't played it since I really streamed it. I might need to play it again at some point in the near future because I was kind of curious about to see where it's gone, how far I could make it, but I was getting stonewalled pretty hard at the warehouse area. I don't know why I can't recruit them. We have wardens. Is there a tech that I need? Well, I guess we're just not allowed to recruit them for whatever reason. Or even convert them. That's really weird. That's so strange. Alright, well, there's only one thing to do, and we may need to just start farming them for parts. Unholy's having a Psychite binge, great. Can't even do this, okay, do the tribal gathering real fast. Whoever's alive to stand here will stand here. Is it that bad? Okay. Got it. Well, in that case, I probably won't stream it ever again. I thought it was fun to play just once, but it really doesn't seem like a game that I would stream really that much in the future. Okay, this one's dying. So I'm going to... I needed his arm. I needed his arm, dang it. Alright. We have no bandage kits, so I can't harvest organs. Because the only person who could craft bandage kits is Ray, and she's knocked out. Oh my goodness, it never ends. Brony could do it, but Brony's also having a mental breakdown, and is also, like, dying of everything. How much longer is Ray's stupid coma? 1 more day, okay. The gathering was completed, but it was pretty bad. Got it. We need more people. We need more tribesmen. Oh my goodness, at least we have enough food for now, but we're gonna need more wood. We can't even go mine the steel out either that we need for some of these projects. Oh boy, that one's gone berserk. You're really gonna let that one stop you? Alright, just kill him. No, just... fine, capture him, whatever. I mean, I guess that's really unfortunate, but I guess that's kind of the way the game works. That's kind of how a lot of that genre is. I keep seeing so many people glazing about where winds meet, which is so funny. I think people just really wanted like another MMO like Wuxia style. I know Wuxia's been getting a lot more popular in recent years, and quite frankly, I still don't really understand a lot of Wuxia besides the memes of like, you know, Jade Beauty and Young Master and attacking the 13th Covenant Dragon Emperor God King in order to rescue your mother. It's a lot of things like that nowadays. It just seems to be like really popular, but I don't get half of it. I try to keep up with some of that stuff. A weaponsmith has arrived. Okay, maybe we can buy weapons. Maybe it's time to sell these silver trinkets for better weapons. We know how trading works at least. Duckov takes it to 11. Okay. Well, like I said, that's why I don't really play Duckov that much. Like I said, my time has been playing Butterfield and Victoria 3 and Hoi 4. At least Hoi 4 is fun. Kind of. It's fun for me. Despite all of its issues. I mentioned it earlier, but I did the Fortress Philippines run, and it gets boring pretty quickly. You become very unbreakable, and it's like, why even bother? Okay, so what can I buy? So I think we sell the garbage. We don't need most of these. We definitely don't need most of these. I think we'll buy 1 halberd. 2 halberds, probably fine. And we'll sell off our 1 iguanodon. And so the garbage bows should be fine. So 2 halberds is a pretty strong weapon to use. If I can figure out where they went. Where'd the halberds go? Okay. So I'm gonna give 1 to Unholy. And I'm gonna give the other 1 to Zeoposer. So you two will run around with some of the heaviest weapons we have access to. Gilrot. Okay, so now the fish population is dropping. You need a new game, Team TF2. Well, instead of playing TF2, play the other TF2. I hear the other TF2 is really fun if you can get your hands on a server to play it. Or play League of Legends, I guess. I don't know. Persian tool industry is now the second largest in the world. So the year 1893. You're truly a glorious leader. I have yet to try Persia. Class time. Alright, have fun with your classes, Arani. Enjoy your time. Ride the really cool trains that the rest of us don't get to ride. We need to figure out how to get more wood here, but I just can't get enough wood. I'm surprised at how quickly we stripped all the wood here. Yeah. Friends are asking to play ARAM. Yeah, play ARAM, do it. Listen, if you're... Listen, if Gigi can get Mori to play League of Legends, then clearly League of Legends is authorized by the powers that be at Cover Corp. They don't have any wood, right? Okay, so I think we just cancel. We're getting attacked again. They just don't stop. At least this one's only 3 people. Thank goodness. All right, let's go stabbing. I'm not gonna rest. We're just gonna stab him quickly, so we can be free from this abominable fight. Okay, so we're gonna approach here. I'm gonna get you inside. Let them bait over here. Open door. Nope. Get inside. They want to attack us. They gotta stand here. They gotta earn the right. Alright, that guy just got clapped. I still don't know why I can't capture or convert them, but that's weird. Alright, you know, send these 2 out there, and then you are just gonna go capture this one. At the very least, we might be able to grab an organ out of them. What's our ideology's opinion on organ harvesting? Acceptable. Perfect. All right, let's go harvest some organs. Your Central and Russian Great Britain so delicate balance. Oh, because you got to figure out which one you wanna. You gotta appease them both, right? Alright, so we don't have bandage kits because Ray's the only one that makes it, but Ray's still dealing with her resurrection coma for the next 8 hours. Okay, so we survived 8 days at the very least. Yeah. Also, what we're also gonna do, drug policy. So I will allow... I think most of these are okay. I hate having to do this every single time I start a run. I always forget to do this. Because a lot of these are generally okay for just keeping your mood up, but some of them are also kind of a nightmare. Okay, so everyone should take Psych IT if your mood is below 50%. Check every day. Because most of these, I would be okay with them eating. I wish there was a way to save these and make it like a global setting instead of having to do this every single time. That should be fine. Okay. There we go. So at the very least, we should be able to start consuming the Psych IT. And we'll have some nice clothes. We'll probably try to sell them to someone. Insect meat meals are also acceptable too, because we have a lot of that for some unholy reason. Okay, we are running out of raw food stuff aside from the potatoes, though, so that's something to keep in mind. You will protect a town, worry not. You have a funny hat, you have a halberd of justice, and you have very strong melee stats, and also medicine. This one's gonna die of a... That's fine, I guess he's just dead. We will unceremoniously bury him over by the ocean and be done with him. He's not someone that... Oh god, we lost 9 people already. Just by being here. Yeah, we already lost Garm, that's right! We forgot we lost Garm, too! But anyways, I think it's... I'm also in the position where I don't have a lot of time or desire to play long-form RPGs that much. Even Final Fantasy XIV, it's hard for me to sit down and actually play it half the time. Like, I was playing it the other day, and I was getting through, like, the 95 quest storyline, and I did the one where you have to do, like, a solo trial against the boss with your party of plucky NPCs. But I think it's, I think I just, like, even if I want to sit down and play Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm just like, oh, I should, but I don't want to. And then I know Rebirth is on sale right now, and I've been meaning to get it, and Final Fantasy 16 is on Steam, and it's also on sale, and I want to get it, but it's just so much. You have to dedicate a lot of time. You have to sit down and just don't do anything but play the game in order to actually play the game, and I think that's the hard part. Finding that time to sit down and just be dedicated to playing that one specific game for an extended period of time is surprisingly difficult. And that's why I don't play a lot of other titles. I also have, like, a lot of other things to do. I probably have some form of undiagnosed ADHD, but I have not bothered ever getting it checked out, and I also don't want to get any medicine for that. I feel like I'm perfectly fine and normal, so don't need to get that diagnosed. Although maybe that would probably help with executive... What did they call it? Executive dysfunction or something? Honestly, I need a reason to stop, like, rotting in bed sometimes and doom scrolling the internet, which is very, very bad. And so, that's just a minor thing. Should you even confirm it? About what, having ADHD? I don't know. Up to you. I'm sure a lot of us probably, especially if we grew up on the internet, have some form of ADHD. The internet's... Kids these days especially. Oh, can you imagine? One thing I have resolved to do in my life is that if I ever become a parent, I will never let my kids become an iPad baby. They ain't getting an iPad unless it's like an airplane ride where I need them to actually shut up for like 10 hours. But if they're just on like on a day-to-day thing sitting at home, here's a book, kid. Here's a board game. Play with these Jenga blocks and Legos, but you ain't getting the iPad. Just give them a Lego. It'll be better for them mentally. It'll be better for them. No, there will be no iPad babying here. Also, I need these things killed, so here you go, Zeopposer, your fresh kills of the day. these Kentrosauruses, whatever these things are, and you just instantly kill that one. This halberd is really strong. Give them an MTG check. No, because MTG cards are expensive. I should know. Because my collection is expensive too. I'm not gonna just give a kid my very expensive stack of cards. That's crazy talk. Actually, what I want to do is... I know we were talking about train gauges earlier. Whoops, wrong one. Let's get them into model trains. Anyways, like as I was saying earlier, I was looking into like model train stuff earlier because I didn't know how any of this like really worked until recently. And look at the side, like the scales essentially. So apparently N gauge is really popular in Japan because it's small, right? So and due to the limited space that they have, it's way more popular. Whereas in the West, like in the US, we use O gauge because it's big. It's 1/48 scale. So this is basically like the track width, right? So it's 1.25 inch gauge versus like the 0.375 that you find on N gauge. I've never seen like a Z gauge or a G gauge. One thing I was actually curious about was trying to find what scale would fit well with Hot Wheels cars, because I actually don't know what the scale of a Hot Wheels car is, and I found out that they are they're about like 1/64 scale. So they're, or at least they're close enough to being 1/64, so they would fit better with like an S gauge, but realistically they're probably more like an O gauge, and it would probably be fine. Anyways, I've been like kind of curious about like how this stuff is, and quite frankly, I think I wouldn't mind just having like an N gauge setup because it's small. I like small, and I've been watching YouTube videos like this and like how people build their dioramas and their entire model layouts, and it's really interesting to watch. Like, hold on. Let me show you some. Like, let me show you something that I was like watching the other day. I cannot spell gauge because I can apparently keep putting the U before the A. Like even something simple like this is just adorable to like take a peek at, and then like all these other ones that you find at like this one's at Osaka Hobby Fest, and like the stuff that people just come up with is so, it's amazing to behold. Like, look at this. This one's got a little screen on the front. I think it's like a rotating like paper, like a scroll though. And just seeing like all the different models. Apparently in Japan, a lot of these are made by a single brand named Kato, and they specialize in essentially these types of like train kits. They're expensive though. Like apparently this thing, like this is almost $200 alone, right, for that. But it's like they're highly detailed, and if depending on what you want, like they're super cool to just look at. So anyways, that's a hobby that I'll probably get into like maybe a couple of years from down the line. Maybe not immediately because I don't got space for it. I already have a 3D printer. But I found out. So I found out recently I don't know why I didn't think about this, but I could just go on Google and just start looking up things to print. And I realized, wait a second, so for example, you can get a Kanto train station, right? Like look at this thing. N-gauge train station, and it's about 30 to 50. eBay is $30, but like brand new it's like $52, right? Local line small train station. But you could also just go on like Rimworld and just find a model to print and just do it yourself. And I'm like, wait a second, I have a 3D printer, I can print this. So I'm like, wait a second, it was totally worth buying the 3D printer in the end after all, if I could just print my own train stations. It's not going to look as good as like the official ones, but if I need something, you know, real quick, and then I could probably just do some post-processing, I could make it look very pretty. Zoingo would be proud if he was listening to this. So, everything's going in the garage? No, it'll be fine. I want it in the house. I saw someone make a N-gauge table, coffee table. And I was like, that would be sick. Like, you put like a glass top, and then it's just an actual coffee table that you can just watch the trains move around in. I think that would be sick, honestly. Hold on, like, look at this thing. Maybe not like crazy like this with like the whole flipping shenanigans, but you can just it's a talking piece, right? Like you'll be like, oh my gosh, look how cool that is. Wouldn't you agree? Something like this would be super sick to see. Oh man, I'm gonna learn how to do woodworking so I can make something like this. Someone please save me from my constant desire to do a bajillion different things and not actually commit to any one of them long term so I can actually develop the skills necessary to become a master at the skill that I want to be good at. That's the real struggle. Also, holy cow, everyone's having a mental breakdown again. Why are you having... Are you held? Oh... Wait. Drug use? Oh, medicinal only. We are... we don't care. There we go, that's better. So, anyways. Trains. Really cool stuff. I actually had a friend ask me one time, like, what's my favorite train? And I realized I could not actually answer him because I had no idea what train was my favorite. And I still don't know. I can't believe this is like the timeline. I never thought I'd get into like trains and stuff like this, but I just... Oh! Oh no! Airman Joker has let out a twisted half-human scream. In the distance, you can hear other screams answering the call. They are coming. Oh, okay. So, what was this? Weird Pawn, or for whatever it's called? Was actually a... let off, became evil. Well, that sucks. Oh, we gotta quickly execute the poor guy. Alright, thankfully we have the giant halberd of justice. If we don't let the opposer get hit. Okay. Is it even worth capturing? Alright, let's capture. Maybe we can convert him still. Alright, that was not the ideal situation there. Also, we gotta feed these guys. Okay, Immortal can feed them. There we go. Ah, a Sight Stealer has... Oh, geez, there's a Sight Stealer. What do these things do again? Fragile, but use psychic to understand until they get closer to victims. Are known amid haunting screams they gather on their terrible hunts. Okay, so this thing's about to try to kill Ray. So, we can kill it quickly. Ah, look at that. It couldn't handle us. We're too good. Imagine being an invisible creature and you attack during the day of all times. Not exactly the smartest tool in the shed, as they like to say. Also, we've probably made too many meals. We should probably suspend some of these. Not too bad. I just gotta make sure we figure out what we're gonna do about this individual here. If he's a Sight Stealer, does it mean we should probably execute him? Probably. Oh, maybe we can still recruit him. Yeah, let's try recruiting the poor guy. Oh, you scared me with that meteor, by the way. Quickly run a... light this up and then do the tribal gathering. No, let's not do that right now. Cancel the gathering. Light this up. We should have enough fire. Okay, and then we're going to... Oh, it's on cooldown. Okay, well, it shouldn't be on cooldown. And I can't uncool it down. Great. Cool. So, anyways, I was looking up starter kits for this type of thing, and they exist, and I'm like, I kinda wanna buy one eventually. So, maybe one day. If I ever have the space for it, I think it'd be kind of cool to just do as like a side project every now and again, but there's so many other things I need to do. But I was watching this 4-hour-long video, or 2-hour-long video the other day, of this person making like a custom like diorama, like of an urban city, and it was so interesting to watch, like seeing how he turned foam and paper mache and all this other stuff into like mountains and like roads, and then just using like diorama houses and putting it all together. Look at all those stickers being put together. Well, let me skip to the good parts. Like this, right? Like the retaining walls. Stuff like this was just so interesting to me to like watch. And I was watching another guy do like an American diorama as well, just to see like the differences in how people approach these different builds. And I don't know, it's just really fun to watch. I think it's just the whole creative process of starting from nothing and going to something is just so intriguing to me, right? And anyways, that's just like a completely random topic that I got onto, but I think this is why I love city builders, because city builders let me do the same thing but on a digital platform. And that's why I'm hoping City Skylines 2 at least fixes itself in the near future, so that I can at least do... You know, we're just gonna kill the guy. I'm sorry, Airman Joker, but we gotta kill you. Alright. We're just gonna put an end to his rampage. He was not a human. He was probably a sight stealer, and I can't let him live. What a tragedy that he was, unfortunately, a false friend. False friends have to be executed. Why can't I make you... I do need a batch of copium. I always need copium. I will never have enough copium, especially with how this run is going. We can make metal weapons now. Oh, we can make helmets. We can make a simple helmet now, which is not bad, but I think for now... Ooh, a shield? Shield with a sword. Maybe we get Immortal a basic shield. Yeah, let's do that. I think that'll be a good idea. I think we'll do exactly that. Especially because I need to find a way to store all this. Also here should be all silver. And then in here we should not have any chunks at all. Or blocks. Okay. We also have so many, like, tainted gear, like all these flop hats. We gotta start figuring out what to do with them. So, that's I think that's why I love City Builders so much, because it allows me to do, like, that diorama stuff without actually having to build a diorama physically, and it's just, I can watch it do its thing. And I think that's such a cool thing to behold. I do love my City Builders, even though they're broken. I've been playing a lot of City Skylines too, but apparently the game broke with the latest update in a really bad way. If you want to know how, imagine this. My simulation speed dropped from... If I wanted on my current city, I was able to get about 2x on 4x speed, and now with the latest update, I am stuck at 0.5x. If not 0.4x on max speed. It's really bad. Or the last update, which is the latest update. Are they getting it? Did they do another update that I wasn't paying attention to? Yeah, they haven't done an update yet, and I think everyone's complaining about it right now. It's gonna be really rough as they transition to the new studio. Because I know City Skylines is now going to, what, Ice Flake Studio, which is kind of their B team, and their only claim to fame is that they've made mobile games. Forgive me if my hopes aren't exactly very high for the game doing well. That said, I can dream, because there's no other city builder on the market that's even comes close, and Metropolis is maybe gonna be similar, but not quite. It's still a bad... Why is it always bad tribal gatherings? We're never gonna get new people. I can't recruit this one. I don't know why. Oh wait, now I can. Okay. Let's recruit you. The thing is, I like 2 a lot. I think 2 is probably a lot more fun in terms of city building, especially with the way the road and node making is designed. But 1 has so many mods that make it a lot better. I do like 2 quite a bit compared to 1, but 1 also just has better functions and the workshop. That said, I know we're getting the asset editor very, very soon, which means people will start uploading custom assets, and I think that'll be when the game finally starts to kick off into overdrive, and it'll be beautiful to behold. Okay, so Ray is high on Psychite. So what does being high on Psychite do? Also, I just realized Ray's missing, like, a lot of her toes. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Also, with Unholy, since we should probably give you... We can't give you a peg leg. Or... Wait, can I make a prosthetic? We don't have any prosthetics to make, unfortunately. We can make a steel arm, but you're missing a leg, right? Oh no, it is an arm. Okay, let's make a steel arm. At the very least, this will keep you or give you something to do. Looks bad, feels bad, is bad. You know what? You'll be fine, Jaime Lannister. Where is the shield? Who took it? Okay, the shield's not for Rey. The shield is for Immortal. Except you can't, because apparently you cannot use the Persona Monosword with a shield, because I guess the Persona Monosword is a two-handed weapon, and the shield requires at least one hand, so that's tragic. I didn't realize that's how that operated. Please recruit already. It's gonna take forever to recruit this guy, because his resistance is too high. Well, that's fine. We'll try to at least keep everything going. Do we have enough wood? We still don't have enough wood. Oh my god, we've chopped down every tree. There's 500 wood there. That should be more than enough. And there's another 81 here. And another... Oh, we did... Oh, geez. We killed every tree here. Okay, so let's grab all that. Okay, that's nearly 2,000 units of wood. That should be enough. Now, the only issue is that a lot of our animals cannot be taught how to carry things, which is the really annoying problem. Also, we have a lot of goats. We may need to start butchering here. We're only gonna allow ourselves to have 4 goats at any time. Anything above 4 must be slaughtered. Mostly because, as you might have noticed, we ran out of food for them. They all can't live together. Some have to die. And also, we gotta get the rest of this crop field planted, but Immortal is a very busy bee. Okay, that's fine. Get that growing, and then we gotta also grow... Let's see, this is heal root. Let's do the heal root one first. That's more important. So, I'm trying to think like what other weird hobbies. I actually have considered hopping out of the Magic the Gathering a little bit. Like, I'll keep my decks that I have, and maybe do incremental upgrades every, like, once every few months, but I think I'm kind of just done buying Magic product. The game has gotten painfully expensive over the past couple years, and I talked about this before, but when I started playing the game, you could go to an event, a pre-release event for $30, and a draft event for like $15. Nowadays, do you want to know how much it costs for me to attend the Avatar: The Last Airbender pre-release? It was $50, which I only went because I had store credit of exactly $50. So I was like, okay, this is fine. So I was like, okay, this is fine. I'll play because I wanted to experience the set in a vacuum. And now I think I'm just gonna focus on my personal cubes and just stop buying packs. I basically stopped buying packs a long time ago. I'll buy like one in every couple months to get the rush of opening a booster pack, but it just sucks for anyone who likes TCGs because they're so expensive. Like, it's not even just Magic. Have you seen Pokemon? There's so many videos of people on who full-grown adults who will barge in front of kids at the local Walmart so that they can get their hands on the latest release of Pokemon whatever set so that they can scalp them online and sell them for ridiculous prices. I didn't realize how bad it was until I saw some of these videos, because I knew scalpers existed, but then I saw... Here, let me find it. Like, if you see something like this, like, it just shows you kind of just how bad the game's gotten. Like, look at this. This is at a Costco. And people are just grabbing entire cases. Look at this. They're just grabbing entire cases that they can buy them and resell them instead of, oh, I don't know, actually opening the booster packs and having fun with the game. Yeah, this is how bad the Pokemon TCG has gotten. And it's very tragic, I think. I know it's addiction, but it's also like, it's not even just addiction, it's people wanting to sell it and scalp it for money. Right. Hello, Flaming, how are you? Hopefully you're having a good evening. I have no respect for Pokemon card scalpers at all. I remember I wanted to get my hands on some of the 151 cards because I played the Pokemon TCG when it came out like an eternity ago, because I was of that age and I was playing Pokemon TCG at the time. Now, not professionally, but with friends, and I still have my cards hanging around somewhere, but it does bring sadness to my eyes when I see such a thing occur. Also, can we get some lights in these rooms? Holy cow. Refuel, refuel, refuel all these. Oh my goodness, look at this. We have light now. Light throughout the colony. It's beautiful. What are we researching next? Should we just jump to electricity? Probably not. Let's go for the harp. Actually, no, let's go for complex clothing. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, that's the problem. People are willing to pay the absurd prices that these people are posting for product, and it's crazy. They should flood the market. They should flood the market. Oh my gosh. Hello, Drunken Wayfarer. What are you, Pirate Monkey Shook? Freddie Wong posted. I did see that. Yeah, I saw that he broke his... He went pretty hard on the... People went pretty hard on his GoFundMe. Or was it GoFundMe or Kickstarter? One of the two. Yeah, Freddie Wong of Rocket Jump is back alive and well, and I'm kind of surprised because now he's making content again. And it'll be interesting to see where his new project goes. To be fair, I thought he was like done making YouTube videos and independent stuff. Maybe he got work in the industry, but then when he came back, I was like, oh, he's just back. And he's gonna make new stuff again. And I was like, fantastic. I love it. Did I see a video about... I did not know. I might need to give it a watch at some point. Oh my goodness, why are our crops dying? The crops are freezing to death. No, the meat's freezing. Oh, the meat's rotting. Okay. We are running out of... Oh shoot, okay, we gotta make simple meals again. We're running out of food. We may need to kill more animals for food. Let's see. We kill the rats, turkeys and yaks. Let's see. I think with the halberds, we could probably kill the yaks. Okay, 1, 2, let's get these guys out here. So Freddie Wong of Rocket Jump, he's a YouTuber from the ancient era of YouTube, who was making things like Video Game High School and a bunch of other similar content of like, you know, pop culture, special effects type thing. It was a lot of fun watching his content back in the day, and he stopped posting a while ago on YouTube. Basically, I think he was working in the industry, but he's back now doing independent film again, and it's kind of beautiful to see. Let me see. I want to watch that on my own time because I do want to show a Freddie Wong video though, because it's fun to just kind of look back at where YouTube has come from. Let's see if I can find a really good Rocket Jump video. What was one of the good Rocket Jump OG classics? Aside from anime crime, wasn't there Anime Crime Watch? I think that was another one that was really popular back in the day. Let's see here. If YouTube would actually load and not just be an absolute goober of a website, but I think YouTube just kind of sucks right now. Good God. Okay, videos sort by popular. Probably not gonna see because probably second one came back to YouTube. Oh, okay, gotcha. It's like, yeah, 2 alternate life paths. One is Markiplier, the other one is Freddie Wong. Oh, here we go. Hold on, I have an idea. Let's, like, these are his videos that he did a long time ago. Like Medal of Honor Cat. 14 years ago. Look at this look at this. Published in July 9, 2011. And this was all independent filmmaking, essentially. And he used After Effects and self-taught himself to make this. And that's what made him really fun and enjoyable. Because a lot of it was also like pop culture video game references too. Like, this was back when Medal of Honor was a relevant gaming franchise before it became like a gun manufacturer propaganda machine, which was a legitimate concern. I'll explain that in a bit too. So it was things like this that were really like what people wanted to watch. I don't know if it was made. It's basically just general military cat stuff, but it's stuff like that. We can pretend it was about the video game. Let's see what else he did. No, Boxcar Fight was pretty good. Fire Hands. Video games. Where's the Video Game Crime Division, Anime Police Division? Like, all these ones are just very much video game references. Minecraft Massacre, Video Game High School was really popular. I'm not gonna watch a whole thing because it's like 10 minutes long, but this was... Oh, was it actually? Okay, it's been a while since I watched it, so maybe I got the... Maybe I'm misremembering what it was about. Oh, I remember these too. Like back when Call of Duty Medal of Honor, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first series was out. This was essentially like a really cool thing to see, because they did like the whole mission intro that you would see in the actual game, and then, you know, they're basically cosplaying and in tactical gear. But for an independent film back in 2010, this was incredibly impressive. It was a fan film. Okay. But anyways, like, for an independent project, this stuff was very impressive to watch. And I think a lot of people who grew up watching this, like I did, was really impressed and wanted to get into video editing at some point. I sure did. Didn't go anywhere with that because I didn't have the tools necessary, but you could learn a lot. So, things like that. Also, what is my YouTube feed? Because what is this? Beating Minecraft, but I can't break the laws of Judaism? I'm scared. I don't want to click that. I don't know why my YouTube feed is giving me like weird recommendations, okay? Like, okay, here, let's just take a look at this feed. Ready? Garlic, butter, steaks, and campfire potatoes outdoors. Okay, that's normal. Modern Warfare, Pros and Crossing Part 2. Okay. Beating Minecraft, but I can't break the laws of Judaism, and it has 1.9 million views. Food videos, train videos, cooking videos. This one's a really good independent film too. Bill Wirtz is a classic. Red Bull soapbox. Oh, there's a lot of weird stuff here. Do you want me to click it?
Can you beat Minecraft without breaking the commandments of Judaism?
I'm not gonna watch this, but I'm curious.
Commandments of Judaism. Aren't they just the same thing as the 10 Commandments? The answer is no. Judaism contains a lot more commandments than just 10, a lot of which are actually possible to follow.
Thou shalt build a tabernacle. Thou shalt circumcise the male. Is there just a list? I don't have to watch this. Okay. How do you even do some of these? Oh, here we go. Let's see.
God. The first thing you probably notice is set for this Minecraft run.
Okay, here we go. So, is there a... Okay, God category.
The name of God.
Okay, he doesn't have a list. It'd be nicer if he had a list. Okay, here we go. Not to eat the flesh of unclean beasts, to examine the marks in fishes. Not to eat unclean fish, examine the marks in fowls. Oh my god. Not eat any vermin of the earth, not to eat unclean fowl, to examine the marks. Okay, not eat worm from fruit, or not insects, not eat. Okay, so basically, there's a lot of these are dietary restrictions. Oh, that's really funny, yeah, because you have to. I believe in Judaism, if you want to make them food like kosher, you have to slaughter in a very specific way. So I guess you have to figure out how you're gonna accomplish slaughtering an animal in a kosher manner in Minecraft? Question mark? If you can figure that out, I would be very, very impressed. I don't really know how that works. I don't really have any friends that follow, like, are hardcore Jewish Orthodox that follow the, you know, all that meat food slaughtering dietary restriction requirements. But it is always interesting to learn how other cultures and other religions may require that for food. I think it's kind of interesting at the very least. Oh my goodness, please plant these trees, Immortal. We need the trees now. Also, apparently Unholy's had a hole through their chest the whole time and has not had that tended to. Maybe we should fix that now. Or that gets infected. We need more bandage kits. Okay. In fact, hold on. We're going to do this until we have at least 40 in stock. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay. Do another tribal gathering soonish rather than later. So, anyways, my YouTube feed is very strange. YouTube seems to basically go with the idea of if I search up a video on one specific topic, it thinks I want to watch every video on that topic. So just to point out, that YouTube feed is my VTuber account YouTube feed and not my personal account YouTube feed. And my personal account YouTube feed is also equally as cursed sometimes. I'm not gonna pull up that account, but let me read to you a couple of the video. Okay, YouTube doesn't want to load. I would read to you some of the things on this list if YouTube would load, but for whatever reason, YouTube as of late has just been very, very slow and just eats my CPU processes. So I legitimately cannot even do anything like that. I booted up YouTube and I heard my CPU fan just go off. I gotta kill some animals. Yeah, we lost a lot of people, Z-Opposer. A lot of people died. It's okay, we gotta kill the rats too. We gotta go hunting for animals, but we don't even have ranged weapons. It's not on anyone that matters. Everyone's a melee beat stick. Not a single person here can really use a range weapon except for Unholy. What a shame. It is kind of sad how small it's gotten, though. All the dead, dying. Yeah, it's a shame. To be fair, refilling these fire pits seems to be really difficult. I don't know why it's so hard to get these taken care of. And that's kind of the part where I'm, like, a little concerned. But I guess I have to manually order it because it's a basic job, and not everyone wants to be doing basic jobs. Like, Unholy refuses to. Steve was willing to, though, but Steve is also the colony cook, so he's already a little overworked as it stands. And the fuel only lasts for about 3.5 days. Okay, so we have everything basically... Oh, jeez. We need to sow the crops over here, Immortal, please. I need the trees growing. I don't know why YouTube's just been dead recently. Anyways. Oh my god. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait. The same guy made a different video, beating Minecraft, but I can't break the laws of Islam. This guy's just going through a Minecraft religion speedrun. Oh my goodness. You know what I prefer? I love it when YouTube just gives me like food videos though, like this. This type of video is like my favorite type of thing, because I'm like, oh, I want to eat this, even maybe not this one because it's too spicy. But look at that beautiful work on how he's prepping those noodles, and oh, I love watching ramen videos. Ray doesn't like ramen very much though. She says it's too salty and it's too heavy. And meanwhile, me, no, give it to me. Oh, right, we're being attacked. Oh, shamblers. I wasn't paying attention. We're being attacked by zombies, apparently. Alright, well, that's a problem. You go there. You're gonna go zombie hunting here. Let's get Infidave out here, too. Oh, they broke through the walls. Okay, you get over here. Oh, that's right. I don't need the campfires right now. I forgot that these aren't necessary. Because it's too hot in the room. Oh, jeez. You have a weapon, right? Okay, get right down here. We gotta save us from the shamblers. Oh, jeez, there's so many of these things. Unholy's getting smacked around. Z-Opposer, we gotta get you here, too. I'm trying to remember, wasn't there a specific way I have to deal with these things? If it's not death, whatever it's called, they're not gonna come back to life, I think, right? I think they stay dead. Or do I have to, like, destroy the corpse? I think I have to destroy the corpse. Let's deal with that in a second. Let me double check. I think shamblers reanimate unless I destroy it permanently. I think. So I gotta find a way to burn these bodies. I don't have any fire weapons with me. So... Alright, I have an idea. Gonna make a burn pit. We're gonna put it like right over here for now. It's probably fine to put it. Let's do it here. Okay. So then I'm gonna order... Okay, you get tended to, you get tended to. Okay, so then our builder is... Brony, who is bleeding out. Okay, so you get tended to. The other builder is Z-Opposer, who did not get hurt. Excellent. So I'm gonna have you build the burn pit. We're gonna burn poop, and then we're gonna burn the shamblers in the poop. That is the safest and most logical solution that I could possibly come up with right now. And I think it'll be fine. Just like that. Alright, so then we gotta cremate corpses, do this forever. Nails, burn, entity, corpses, and human-like, non-colonist corpses. Unnatural corpses are fine too. Okay. So that should be okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna quickly... If you're never gonna haul into it, so the people who are willing to haul are injured and dying, so why don't we... You do this, and then as everyone else gets to the bed, we have Raid quickly tend... Z-Opposer will tend here. I think none of them are dying that badly. Alright, wanna come back here? Oh, yep, there it is. That's what I was afraid of. The Shamblers are back. Are the Shamblers stronger at night? Oh, they are stronger at night, aren't they? Uh-oh. Okay. This is kind of what I was afraid of. Okay, we gotta get you back into bed. We gotta undraft you, and then we gotta have Ray come over here, because she's gotta start tending to bodies. Okay. Am I actually just pretending like that's how that works? Listen, it's been a while since I had to deal with the Shamblers. Maybe I'm misremembering how they operated. It's been a very long time since I played with Anomaly. Okay, can you just get into the bed, please? We can have Ray tend to you. Thank you. There we go. Let's make sure you don't die on us. Okay, so everyone's tended to. No one's gonna die. Gonna have Ray start dumping corpses in here real fast. There we go. Please don't come back to life. You're dead, right? You're extra dead, please? Yeah, okay. Perfect. We also gotta rebuild a lot of these gaps that they managed to break through. I don't know, I thought Anomaly was fine, and I know some people tried making Anomaly expansion mods. Wasn't there someone who made one about, like, Lobotomy Corporation? I think I wouldn't mind doing a Lobotomy Corporation themed Rimworld run one of these days. I think that sounds kind of crazy. Actually, let me look it up. Is that a thing? Lobotomy Corp Rimworld. Let me see. Okay, so then they made one that adds anomaly risk upgrade, anomaly power improve. Okay, so I guess some of these do add the anomalies. Yes, because they add entities that you could play with. You shall not pause. Forbids the pause action. Oh, some of these are like need to be remade and they're not up to date for 1.6. Okay. I guess it makes sense that there weren't that much interest in maybe making them because people, I think maybe not a lot of people play with the anomaly entities in the first place. I think Anomaly is one of those mods that really just takes over a run, and that's probably why people don't really want to play Anomaly half the time. Because the game becomes very centric on Anomaly content versus doing whatever you wanted to do in your own run instead, right? So I could see why people weren't terribly fond of doing it more, or doing more content around it. Also, let's just do this real quick. If we're lucky, if this is a good one, maybe we'll get another victim to join us. Otherwise, one of these quests will have to give us something. Oh my goodness, it's always uninspiring or something bad happens. Ugh. There we go. Oh, so what does it mean fire? Where's the fire? Oh, because someone left a sack of potatoes there. Well, you know what? Just grab the potatoes. And the potatoes can't be on fire anymore. I don't know, I think for raiders is a little different though, because I think people expect you to be attacked normally, but when you start dealing with anomaly like, you know, the cube, ghosts, well not ghosts, but like side stealers, things like that, it's one of those things that like, it's a little too alien and kind of detracts away from the Rimworld Western and becomes more like Rimworld aliens versus cowboys type thing. Well, maybe not quite that, but you get the idea. Still can't believe that movie existed. I don't know if anyone ever seen that movie, but there's a movie that was made a long time ago called Aliens versus Cowboys, which was definitely a title for a movie that bombed at the box office that was very much just here's aliens and here's cowboys. I think that movie also had like a really crazy cast of characters too. Like they had like what did they get on that movie? I'm blanking out on some of the actors in that film, but I remember it had like what was it? Then they have I'm blanking out. Harrison Ford, I think, was in there. Yeah, Harrison Ford is the one, I think. Cowboys and Aliens, that's what it was called. Listen, they chose such a painfully generic name for the movie. That's their own fault. They should have picked a better name. Alright, this one is slowly getting closer to recruiting. His resistance is dropping slowly, but his mood is bad. Alright, now that we have this, we should probably try to get the floor... We gotta clean this up. Ah, gosh, with only this many pawns, I can't dedicate a single person to just cleaning. I think Unholy would have been the dedicated cleaner, but... Unfortunately, I can't let that happen. Yeah, Daniel Craig's not B-list either, no. But this is also before he did, he did a lot of other stuff. I know he was in, obviously, 007 films, James Bond movies. What about Wild Wild West? Don't think I saw that one. I watch movies that I think are... I like to watch... Oh, right, this is the one. I remember this. This is the one with Will Smith. I forgot this movie existed. Yeah, that's right. This was the Will Smith movie. And Kevin Kline, but I remember him. And imagine having... And you have a character named Miss Miley East. And it's the Asian character. Yeah, that's definitely one of the films of all time. Have a good night, Steve. If you have lag, just refresh the stream. Hopefully Steve survives into the next stream. Thanks for burning all these corpses and burning all the poop. I was hoping to take the poop and utilize it for other things, but anyways, ooh, look at this, perfect. Wait. Look at all this flooding. So the flooding does make the growth rate slower, I think, but that's probably fine. It does keep the lands fertile. So hopefully that'll be okay. Actually, they're all basically about the same growth rate anyways. That should be fine. I think the water doesn't actually give a negative penalty to the growth rate. This thing keeps also just like not having enough fire. We gotta get that lit up again. Like, I saw a movie, I actually saw a movie this weekend for the first time in a while. I didn't realize that this year we had 2 Stephen King adaptations, because I saw The Running Man, which was a Stephen King movie from an eternity ago about like a dystopian alternate timeline United States where they have to they do game shows to earn money to live, and if you win you get like $1 billion type deal. It's kind of an interesting film, but it was also just one of those movies that you just watch and you're like, there is nothing that deep about this movie. It's just a movie that exists and people die, and there's some social commentary in there about society and how the poor are so downtrodden, and the rich and the media keeps the people at arm's length and entertains so they don't rise up in rebellion, that type of thing. But it was just interesting because Josh Brolin was in that film, and I was like, all right, he's a cool actor. I love his deep foreboding persona that he has in any character that he portrays. I love it. I think it's weird that I can name more male actors than I can name female actors. I don't think I really pay attention to female actors, to actresses very often, but the actors, that's what I watch a movie for. You put Jason Statham in a film, or you put The Rock, or you put Dave Bautista in there, I'll probably watch it, even if it's dumb. Shamblers are approaching, 4 of them, in the middle of my ritual? We're trying to have a nice ritual here, and then these goobers show up. But that's really funny. I do think it's really funny that some of the Shamblers just look like skeletons. And then you have just this anime girl with flowers in her hair. That is really high. That is a really high resolution texture. That is a really high resolution hair. Wait, how? Oh yeah, that's right, because Ray's hair is also really high resolution. Huh. Okay. So we got a wild man. Alright, this is Sparrow. Sparrow's name is actually... Oh jeez, we have a lot of people in the queue. Alright, Son, congratulations. You have rejoined the colony. You are an efficient, far-sighted, athletic, ugly gourmand. You're really good at cooking and dealing with plants and animals, but you are hot garbage at literally everything else. Alright, Garm, don't worry. I think if we just keep doing that ritual, there's a high chance we get more people to join us. So we'll just keep doing that as needed. I get rid of all this. Anyways, we probably should kill the Shamblers. I think more of them showed up, right? No, 4. Alright, we'll get you, and you, and you, and you. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Unholy to a bow, actually. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to swap Unholy to a recurve bow, and then I'm going to swap Ray to their... No, we'll swap Steve to the halberd. I think that makes more sense. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Sun can't fight, but you'll probably get clothed in a bit. Alright, let's go deal with the Shamblers. Ah! Alright, Ray leads the charge with that wonderful sword or dagger and shield. This is definitely the weirdest stack of warriors we've ever had. But don't worry, Garm, we'll get you back in here, hopefully. Actually, the nice thing about the halberds is you can really do like a melee stack. Okay, stand over here. Oh, maybe not stand right in front of that thing, please. Maybe run this way. Okay, intercept, intercept. There we go. We can't capture them, unfortunately. Tragic. Alright, undraft, undraft. Alright, not too bad. We got through the Shambler problem. That should be okay. We're running out of food again, but that's mostly because our crops haven't grown in and we need to kill more things for food. Alright. How are you, Garm? Did you enjoy... Oh, you missed the talk about trains earlier. Unless you were there for me talking about gauges. I think I will... If I ever end up getting into model trains, I'm going to go with N gauge. I think I just like the smaller look. Smaller look, I think, is more enjoyable to me. We gotta kill these animals. Let's get Steve on a hunting trip. Because I don't have a lot of space, and I think just... Let's kill this rabbit. Perfect. Let's go... allow that one, haul that, and then next one... I think we'll leave the boomalopes alone. So we'll go over here and kill whatever this thing is. Oh, that's a dinosaur. Oh, shoot. I think Steve loses. Okay, so fun fact. Did you know that dinosaurs are really scary and deadly? Also because the halberd swings so slowly that this thing can just kind of stun lock you. Which is kind of funny. Well, you're not gonna die, and I don't think you're missing any organs, right? No, you'll be fine. No, it's not because it's easier to hide from Ray. Listen, Ray knows everything about about the things that I like. So it's not like she's unaware. She's fully aware of the stuff that I enjoy. A lot of train stuff, and she thinks I'm weird though. And I'm like, well, you married me, so I'm not exactly sure what you were expecting. Like this was well known before we tied that knot, and you know, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah. Anyways, trains. I don't know. I've also been like, I know you also watched like a recent travel video about like ferries too. Ferries and I really want to ride one of those overnight ferries because I think it'd be a really cool way to move between point A to point B without having to like take up part of your waking day traveling. The main issue with a lot of those ferries is that they leave at like 7 p.m. and you don't get to your destination until like 12 to 13 hours later, and it'll probably be like 7 or 8 a.m., which I guess is probably fine if you already know where you're going to end up being. Say instead of taking the Shinkansen 2.5 hours from Tokyo to Osaka, you could probably take like a 14-hour ferry from Tokyo to Osaka and just sleep overnight instead of taking the train. But also, taking the train during the day is also kind of its own unique experience. I really can't wait till I go next year. I think I'm going to try to actually do like proper video travel vlogging for once. I know I did take some video, but I didn't take nearly enough, and I think it'd be fun to try it. It's time. It's time for me to become a travel vlogger. That's gonna be my new shtick. Hello, welcome to my very boring travel vlog. Oh look, here's all the things I ate. I'm gonna sound like every TikToker that ever existed, and I'm gonna hate it so much. What are we missing here? Alright, we gotta make sure we grab that animal that we just killed too for the food. Also, I think we might... Oh, we need that steel too, yeah. Let's do another tribal gathering. If we're lucky, we get another person. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of a sucker for travel vlogs and food vlogs and all that stuff. I really wish I didn't suck at... Maybe if I just actually put effort into it, I could probably make that type of content. But I also want to learn 3D modeling. I want to get better at my 2D art. Why can't I just pick one and commit? Why can't I just pick one and commit? I actually bought a microcontroller recently to use with art because I'm too cheap to go buy one of those what do you want to call it? I'm too cheap to buy like a Razer Tartarus, which it's been something that's been on my list of things that I want to buy. So I bought this, it's called an 8-bit do micro or 02. It's a controller that's like really, really small. Hold on. Let me find it real fast. It looks like this. It's this thing. It is tiny. Like, hold on. Here's a comparison shot with someone using it with a Nintendo Switch. So the reason I bought this actually, so my art tablet has 4 buttons on the side, right? So I use what do I use? I use a Canvas 13 Pro. So I use this thing as my art tablet. One of the older models of this. It's this one here, this specific one. Wow, this is really cheap. These are really cheap nowadays. And so this is what I use. And there's only like 4 buttons and then a sliding bar, right? And then you have 2 buttons on your pen. So the reason I bought that controller is you can actually remap the buttons on this to be like an art controller essentially. So for example, on this I basically have like undo, redo, grab canvas and move, and then I can't remember what I had this one set for, and then I have a bunch of other, like eraser on my pen. But with this one I can do things like undo, zoom, redo, grab canvas, color picker, basically any tool that I could realistically think I would need to grab at an instant without having to find a button. Here's the thing, I struggle to memorize keyboard shortcuts. So it's just way easier for me to have a controller in my hand, like this, and I can just press the buttons. It's why a lot of people actually do that type of thing too, like art controllers. Because a lot of these do exist. Like, apparently there's this one like the Turbo Box, like the Tour Box, for example, with like all these dials that you can kind of use to fine-tune your experience, which seems kind of interesting. But I think just generally just using a normal controller is fine, like a digital art controller. Like using a controller is fine, especially one that is so small it fits in your hand, and I can hold it essentially like I hold it vertically with the arrows at the top. You know, holding a controller sideways, if that makes sense. Like you're holding a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, and I find that's the best way to utilize it. And it seems like a lot of other people also think it's a pretty good idea. So, and with the sheer amount of buttons on it, because you basically get like what L1, L2, R1, R2, start, select. These buttons or face buttons, and then the D-pad. So you have a lot of options. And the thing only cost me like $15, so it wasn't like I spent like an arm and a leg on it. It was cheap. And so far, so good, I think. It's been working pretty good. I have realized that art streams are really hard on my PC. I don't know why, but my PC doesn't... If I'm not streaming, I can drag the canvas around perfectly fine. If I start streaming, my computer is in pain and agony and doesn't like it. Hello, Evil Neuro. Thanks for the follow, comrade. Are you actually like an Evil Neuro-sama, or is that just your name? I'm cute? Well, thanks. I'm already married, so flirts don't work with me. I'm sorry. How are you doing? Welcome to our terrible Unga Bunga experience, although we've kind of moved into the tribal era. Sort of. It's been a bit of an experience. Gotta get more food, by the way. Gotcha, it's from Evil Neurosama. Did Evil Neurosama get a 3D model, or is it only regular Neurosama? It's only regular Neurosama, right? Oh, we got another person. Hold on, we gotta allocate this one. Oh, you actually have Evil Neuro on YouTube? Oh. Oh, jeez. Alright, this one's gonna be assigned to... congrats to Garm, welcome back. Garm, you are a... abandoned child who grew up to be a hearth tender, undergrounder, annoying voice, aesthetic, poor hygiene, and fastidious. Ah, at least you clean very well. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So Garm, you're a good doctor, so we'll have you do that. And then if you're not doing cooking, I'm gonna actually have you clean priority number 1. And then cooking if you're not doing anything else. I will do my best not to get you killed. Oh, I know Neuro's got a 3D model. I didn't know that Evil Neuro had a 3D model. Now I'm curious about that. I need to see that. One day that'll be me. One day I'll have a 3D model to call my own. Eventually. When I have time. To figure out how rigging a 3D model works. And then figuring out how to export that into an FBX model and all that. Evil is very sassy. I remember seeing a clip of... Evil Neurosama, or I think it might have been regular Neurosama, talking to Cinder, and it was like, sheesh. Oh yeah, that's my pixel model. You haven't seen the regular. I think some people who come to this channel have never seen the true HD form. I already got like 3 outfits here. But the original model. Hey. I'm high resolution now. I gotta be like this. There we go. There we go. It's a lot better. And there's like a lot of details that get lost in the pixel model. Like, for example... there we go. The Fang is a very important, critical piece of character detailing. I can actually wink with this, yes. Are you getting canonical cat ears? You expect me to have money to get a update to this model? That's the real joke. You think I can afford to get an update to this model? Yeah, that's the real problem. Like, the one thing I would want to at least make sure is like the ribbon should be a lot wider on this model is the number one thing that I would probably do, and probably re-rig the mouth as well so that it gets a little wider, because you might notice that the mouth moves really small when I talk, which is a little unfortunate. Yes, I use a iPhone XS for the tracking. I think I bought it for like $200 back in the day. No, I think I bought it for like $150. I wonder how much it goes for nowadays. Also, we are allied, yeah. Travel gathering. Why is it only one person? Oh, because there's a party here. Actually, how much are iPhone X's? Or is it XS or XR? It might have been an XR. I think it was the XS actually, because it was a small one. Wow, they're really cheap now, $130. Or XR? Okay, so it was the XR then. So the XR is... Oh wow, yeah, you can get them for like 150 bucks now. That's pretty good. Yeah, so I bought it for like 200 or 150 bucks like off of eBay, like way back in the day. Because I wanted it strictly for the iPhone tracking. In fact, once I plugged it in for face tracking, for VTubing, I have not used it for literally anything else. It literally just sits behind my main monitor as a face tracking device, and it has not been used for anything else. I think the only app installed on there is literally just VTube Studio. And sometimes the tracking gets a little wonky, but that's because the way my setup is set up, there's a microphone kind of in front of it. Ah, we learned how to make cocoa. Great. Let's also learn how to make a great bow. Also, we're being attacked. It's a lot of people. I would like to get everyone inside the home zone now. Also, make sure we clear this up a little bit. I want the home zone to be anything that's... Perfect. Okay, so we can clean up that exterior. Perfect. But yeah. Anyways, good night. Thanks for swinging by. If you want to come back, I do stream Monday through Thursday usually, although not this Thursday because it's American Thanksgiving, and I don't want to stream on American Thanksgiving. But I appreciate you swinging by. Hopefully you had fun. Immortal's on the verge of maybe getting shot down. So the storyteller whines if you research more than like... If you research more than one technology every 5 days, it's like, oh, you're researching too fast, you have to be punished, and then it starts sending waves of attackers at you. That's the dumb thing. Okay, maybe you stand over here. Okay, that's fine too. Oh, these are medieval folks, actually. Alright, we're gonna have to see if we can get some of their armor. Okay, so... Oh yeah, these guys actually have armor now. Ooh, okay, let's strip them. Oh, why not stream on American Thanksgiving? I know it's a very popular day to stream, but one of my philosophies is that I should always take breaks when necessary, and holidays are typically a good time to take a break. Even if I could stream on those days, I generally prefer not to, and just kind of more rather enjoy my time with people I care about. And that's kind of why. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it at least is understandable. Also, we're gonna give Brony the shield. That's a really bad shield. Ooh, we're gonna give Ray the sword. Ooh, look at that. Swap out that knife for Uranium Gladius. And then... Sun has no combat skill. Maybe for leather armor. Who does not have armor? I think we're gonna swap Ray for the steel plate. And Garm also has some pretty good melee skill, but not a lot. Brony will probably swap to the... Okay, did you get the Gladius yet? I'll grab the Gladius. And then we're gonna give Brony the other steel plate. And we'll give you the club. Give you the shield as a shield. Okay, there we go. I don't know, do people want me to stream on Thanksgiving? I'll think about it, but first, my general consensus is no. I probably won't. The other main reason, too, is that, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner full of turkey and other side dishes, and I am going to basically pass out for 2 to 3 hours after I eat dinner, and I am not gonna have enough energy to stream, and I'd rather just chill. I think it's good to just have a chill day. Unfortunately, this week is gonna be like a lot less streams, like I said earlier. Probably no stream on Wednesday. I'll try, but no guarantee. Oh my goodness, the trees grew so fast. Those monkey puzzle trees grow quickly. Oh wait, just kidding, they haven't grown yet. At least they're popping up again, but it's gonna take some time before they're ready to actually be used. Oh wait, there's oh, we chopped all the... Oh, we chopped all these trees. Grab all that, thank you. Yeah, I probably won't. Like I said, I wanna... Oh! Oh, I just realized we moved up to medieval. We're medieval now. We have to choose a... Okay, wait, hold on. Let me check. Are we actually medieval? We are. Okay, so we just need to get to industrial now. Okay. All right, we did it. Let's go pick our cornerstone and let's try to upgrade into an actual medieval aesthetic. So we already took the path of... Oh, shoot. Dang it, I accidentally clicked the accept button for this one. Well, I guess we are committed to this one. Cult of Inner Strength. I wanted to look at the other ones, but I accidentally clicked it. I guess that's fine. People are more, their mental break threshold is decreased by 5%. I guess that's okay. It wasn't... I wanted to look at the other ones first, but I guess I'm committed now. Who's starving? We have enough food for everyone. Yeah, we have enough food. We probably don't need a Stegosaurus, though. Can I train it to attack, though? Ooh, I can. It's a shame I can't teach dinosaurs to do other things, but that's a different problem. Immortal has an infection. Please get tended, friend. Okay, let's tend to you. Let's also deconstruct the campfire. There's no way... Okay, do not fuel this, and then put a torch in here. And And then we're gonna have you quickly... Nope, I need a builder. Yeah, it's okay. We'll just do what we can. Alright. At least we're okay now. It does, that is true, like, losing that many people does make us a lot more resilient, so that I don't disagree. We are running low on meat and just general foodstuffs, though. We have a lot of... I think we need a smoker. We need to start smoking meat. A smoke pit or a smoke house. Are these from the same mod? Smoked meat mod. Smoked meat. Okay, so one of... Wait, what was this other one? There's a pot here. The leather boil pot. Boil patch leather. Smelter. Pickle foods or dry fruits. I think we're gonna try to do the smokehouse. We might as well try to smoke meat. This is a singular direction building, which is really weird to look at. I think we'll put the smokehouse next to the prison. Let's do that. Oh, jeez. This is a 3x3, isn't it? You said a smoker got a very wrong impression? No, this is the correct smoker. You don't like smoking meats? The volcanic winner. Great. Alright, we gotta go hunt down animals. Kill the donkeys. And then the grizzly bear, I'm gonna hunt down myself. Let's order Infidave and Ray. These two should be enough to kill a bear. Work story. Tell us your work story, I'm curious. I like listening to work drama a lot. Alright, attack the grizzly bear, and then Infidave will follow up right behind you. 2 for the price of 1, striking down a great beast. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh my gosh, Ray got gored. Oh, Infidave got gored too. Yikes, okay. Well, we'll just beat that up. So, you call dibs on next work drama story? I mean, you can tell us after Lana's done, sure. You mentioned before that you get really random email blasts from people who can't be artists and looking for business contact info. Some of them people like voice actor. Wait, is that a thing that people do? They just really just cold email video game companies asking like, hey, are y'all hiring VAs? Is that a thing? I don't think I could ever do that. I'd always have to be like, I have to go through the proper channels. Some of them are super skeezy B2B business, like our company doesn't have anything under contract. Do you need something else? I think I've seen those types of companies before. Gotcha. Okay. See, I don't think I'd ever be able to do something like that because I have shame. I would feel so awkward just cold messaging a company being like, I need voice acting work. Do you have voice acting work? I need to get my foot in the door. I'm like, I can't do that. I would never be able to do that. Anyway, sorry. Continue your story because I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. Well, like we have time to at least build out some aesthetic stuff now, so I'm just gonna move this up 1 tile. Maybe we go down 1 like here. Perfect. Okay, so that'll lead up to that exit. And we'll probably have to build a bridge to the lower pathway. Wow, that river flooded hard. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow, that is a very intense flood. Sending someone blasted a public email asking, is this a scam email? So, you know, that was fast. And the fun community responded. It wasn't these scams. Thanks for bringing it to our attention. I mean, isn't... Wait, why'd they have to email everyone, though? They sent back, well, I'm contacted you. Oh, wait, that's really funny. He got someone to reply, and then he... Okay. You know what? I have to applaud his dedication. I gotta applaud his dedication, I'll say that much. Is it the best way to have approached it? But the CM did respond to the email. And now he knows that they read the email. Everyone in the department saw. Did the poor CM get reamed for it? Did the poor CM get in trouble for doing that? This should be default. Or maybe it's from P Music, because we are using P Music. Our policies don't call us, don't call you. Got it. Alright. Time to cold blast emails looking for VA work for someone with 0 VA experience and is willing to take on a scrappy young individual learning to get their ropes and feet wet in the business. Maybe I should do that website that Zoingo linked. Just make a basic reel and be like, I'm here. Anyone looking for work? I'm work. I'm ready to sell my soul in the name of getting... Oh, geez, this thing is really bad, isn't it? Okay, so it actually converts at a 1-to-1 ratio. That's interesting. Now we just have to keep smoking more meat. There we go, look at that. Now that meat will last for an eternity. We can still cook with it. We gotta find more animals to kill. Oh, we gotta do the ritual again. Oh, that's so funny. So once you hit medieval era, you actually cannot do the tribal ritual anymore. You're no longer permitted to do that. That's so interesting. So you actually have to... Oh. I guess we're too smart now to just be thinking at the caves. We actually have to be thinking at a proper thing now. That is interesting. That kind of saddens me that we're no longer allowed to just stand there and think. Although I guess it makes sense. All good things must come to an end. Also, we are still in dire need of wood. Somehow we keep running through all of our wood. Okay. Don't tech selling your soul. You work for investment bankers? I mean, hey, you gotta pay the bill somehow, right? You also went to finance consulting because you had 2 offers, one for consulting and one for a financial company. I wish I could say the same for me. I ended up getting a job just getting a job with various I got a job with an engineering firm, then with a manufacturing company, and now I'm somehow working for well, I'm not gonna say what industry, but I am still an accountant because I am good at what I do. And so that is the story of how I end up basically looking at Excel spreadsheets for life. I can never escape Excel spreadsheets. I will be stuck with these stupid things for the rest of my time. I even learned about it's actually really funny because I realized that my Excel knowledge is a little outdated because I didn't know how... Because I used to use VLOOKUP, but apparently the new hot thing is XLOOKUP, and I had to learn how XLOOKUP worked, which wasn't terribly difficult. It's basically VLOOKUP on steroids and just way better. How to become a streamer? Okay, so this is a long story. I was part of some streamer communities, not as a streamer, but like as a viewer, a long time ago. And I always loved watching like YouTube and people who play video games on YouTube a lot, but I also I enjoyed watching streamers at the time, back when I had a lot of time to watch streamers, which was when I was in college, and I don't have that much time anymore. But anyways, moving on from that. Why is Immortal on the ground? Oh, shoot. Alright, hold on. I'm sorry, Immortal, we gotta rip out that arm of yours. Well, hold on. Do we have enough time? No, I think we gotta remove Immortal's arm. Hold on, let me do this real fast. I didn't even realize he was infected. Now we gotta amputate this. get Ray over here, or get the opposer to do this. So, what was I saying? So basically, I kind of got absorbed into that whole streaming thing, and I wanted to become a streamer, but I didn't have the equipment to stream. Even when I was in college, I didn't really have the... I had the equipment in college to stream, but obviously I couldn't stream like super high-end games, and VTubing wasn't a thing yet. So I streamed a few times, mostly like random things. Like I did a couple cooking streams, I did Doki Doki Literature Club, and a bunch of other stuff, but I also didn't get a lot of views, and that was really disheartening. Even as a small streamer, like I think just not having any amount of viewers. I know a lot of streamers are like, oh, you just have to, punch through it and just work, and eventually, your hard work will pay off. But no, a lot of streaming, it's luck. You really need to get lucky and kind of have something that just gives you a little bit of a boost early on to at least make it seem like you're doing something right. Even if someone tells you just keep trying, and keep working hard. No, there's a lot of luck involved. Anyways, so I did it when I was in college as a kind of a flesh streamer, which is a really weird word to use nowadays for me. And at some point, I heard about this thing called VTubing. So I watched, at the time, Kizuna Ai, and eventually I started watching Natsuhiro Matsuri. And there were programs at the time that allowed you to use live 2D models as an avatar. They were not very good programs. I need to emphasize that. They were really bad programs. The one especially that came to mind at the time was FaceRig. FaceRig was like one of the first ones that had live 2D as a function, and also just kind of gave you an opportunity to use an avatar instead of your face, because it was essentially a face tracking software, and you had to buy like the live 2D DLC to make it work, I think, and a bunch of other stuff. And it used your webcam. So the tracking, especially on live 2D, was very, very janky. It didn't work super well, but it was the way to do it at the time. It was a very new and novel technology. However, a lot of computers couldn't handle running that and a game at the same time, and your streaming program. So nowadays, a lot of people use single PC streaming setups. If you can afford a 2 PC streaming setup, then you do that. In fact, I'd like to do that one day, but you might have noticed the price of PC parts nowadays are a little spiky, so kind of hard to do that. And so eventually, I decided, okay, well, let's try streaming again. And so I did. Once I kind of finished up my program, because I was in a master's program for accountancy. So if you don't know, I have a master's degree in accountancy. I am very knowledgeable in the realm of financial statements and P&L statements and Excel spreadsheets and journal entries and payroll. So I think around this time, 2 new emerging soft things were happening. One, Vroid came out. And if you don't know what Vroid is, it's a program that essentially allows you to make a 3D model, like 3D anime avatar, without really knowing how to do 3D modeling. Right? You don't have to know how to 3D model to make something with Vroid. Now, they did kind of suffer from same face syndrome, but it was a very good entry point for people who don't know what they're doing to make their custom avatar, and you can stream with it. Vroid, you'd export a model, and then you can use that model in various programs. I can't remember which one I used, but I used Vroid for essentially the first almost 2 years of me streaming. I think I started with... I tried to stream 14, but my PC couldn't handle 14 and streaming and Vroid at the same time, especially because I was using a NVIDIA GTX 980 Ti. And then... because I had been rocking that thing basically for like 6 years. And then I also tried streaming things like Magic the Gathering Arena and stuff like that. But I really didn't start streaming until around November of 2020, because around that time, I managed to get my hands on the NVIDIA RTX 3080. Back when the backlog for, like, this is back when GPUs were crazy hard to get because of cryptocurrency and everything else and everyone wanting one of these things because they were like really good price for the performance that you could get out of them because we had just gotten out of the 20 series, which were really bad price to performance, and the 30 series was really good price to performance. So I got my hands on a 3080 which I still use to this day. And after I got that, that's when I started streaming a lot more regularly. And I don't remember how I started with Rimworld, but I started streaming Rimworld like almost every Monday, if not almost every other day, before I started pivoting out to other games like Hoi 4 and whatnot. Fire Emblem was another one that I streamed a lot of back in the day too. But Rimworld became like a regular mainstay of the channel around that time, and then that was like in November, and that's when I started streaming like super regularly. I think I had initially a 3-day schedule. I think it was like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then at some point in 2023, real talk, I had lost a job due to a layoff, and so I was like, well, I'll just increase my schedule by another day because I don't got anything else to do. So I made it 4 days a week, and then I got on the job again, but I decided, no, I'll just keep the 4-day-a-week schedule because it was perfectly doable and maintainable. And so that's kind of what happened. Alana came in around, I think, during the first Nekograd colony. Yeah, because Nekograd was kind of the first time I did Nekograd, I just threw in a bunch of like random anime mods that seemed kind of cute. So we had Nyarons were the cat mod, and then I threw in a bunch of other maid-related things. I think I was reading the Eccentric Angels comics and a bunch of other stuff, and that's how that came to be. And then Alana stuck around. Ray was here way before that too, because I think she came in like when I was doing Fire Emblem and Rimworld. So she's been like, Ray's probably like person that's been here regularly been here and has been like the longest running. And yeah, about like 4 almost 5 years later, I'm still here. A lot of other VTubers quit. I'm still stuck here. Although there have been times where I've considered quitting or just taking a long break. I think a lot of people eventually get thoughts like that, because the unfortunate reality is that streaming is unless you pop off, streaming is a very unrewarding sorry, my nose is stuffy. It's very hard, and sometimes it's not very rewarding. You can be at this thing for years and just basically, yeah, like Xanth here, like 4 years and only get 0 to 3 viewers, because a lot of it honestly is having enough luck to kind of get that initial batch of viewers. And on top of that, I think streaming is very much a zero-sum game. Like, let's be honest, you're competing with every other streamer on the platform to get eyeballs on you, and you know, it's easy for someone to say, you know, we should all work together and be friends, and we can all succeed at this, but the reality is that only like 1% of people, especially VTubers, are going to succeed at this. And a lot of it is networking, and a lot of it is luck, and also you still need to be entertaining. Quite frankly, I think I'm just not... Sometimes I don't think I'm that entertaining, and I only got here because of luck, but also some of it probably is because I did do something right, and that's why you're all willing to sit here and listen to me ramble about VTubing for some reason, which I appreciate. But also, I also probably just don't have the luck necessary to be able to pop off. I'm not like the super crazy screaming VTuber that wants to be like, oh my gosh, hey, you know, like this wild screaming, what I'm trying to say, like Chibidoki levels of screaming. It's not something that I could ever pull off, ever, realistically. Oh my gosh, I have so much human leather that I need to sell. What can I buy from these people? Buy the foods. That's probably fine. I'll see that. I probably had the word "made" inside of the stream title. Is probably what had happened, and that's how you ended up here. Because I probably said "Catgirl Maid Colony" is what the stream title was back when we were doing Nekograd 1. Communist Catgirl Maid Paradise, I think, is what the stream title was. So, to be fair, yeah, only Chibidoki can match Chibidoki energy, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to say, right? Streaming is tough. And most people will fail, and a lot of people will quit, and that's just the reality of it. Like, very few people are going to find great success at being a VTuber. Most people are... Oh, wait, I forgot to set this to unrestricted. Most people are going to fail at this, and they're going to burn out, quit, or just move on with life and do something else. Or you'll crash out. That's happened a number of times. That's been entertaining to watch on social media, seeing insert name VTuber having a complete crash out on the internet. That's been very interesting to behold. Also, we can get rid of this fire. We don't need this anymore. And then you arrive... Yeah, a lot of people arrive at different times. I can usually click on someone's name and see when they arrive. Okay, so Garm started following November 2022, so it's been about 3 years now. Alana's been here since 2021. Ray's probably been here since like 2020, although I think she went to bed. So that's kind of how it's been. And I do remember a lot of the early VTubers that I had interacted with. Like, I think 75% of them are just gone. And then like maybe 10% of them have spiked real hard in popularity that it's very hard for me to even like reach out and talk to them anymore because I feel like I'm not on the same level anymore. I know that sounds really weird because they probably were like, you know, it's easy to say like they were friends, but when your friends are at that level, it's kind of hard to just reach out and want to say something to them. And that's kind of how I feel about it too. Like, it was that whole thing, like being left behind, right? And trying to fight your way back up so you can kind of be with them on equal footing is one thing to dream about and think about, but it ain't easy. It ain't easy. I don't know where I'm getting with this topic, but yeah. It is also just really interesting seeing a lot of my VTuber friends quit. Or they've decided like they're done being VTubers, they want to kind of be like flesh tubers again, in a way. And being combined, or like they kind of reverted back to their old identities before they became a VTuber. That happened to someone I know where they were previously like a cosplayer. I didn't know their previous identity. I only knew their VTuber identity, but their old identity was like a cosplayer. Wannabe idol. Like they wanted to be an idol, and so they've been kind of doing that as like their main content now, but still doing like song covers and whatnot. I mean, to be fair, maybe one of them would raid me one of these days, but as far as I know, that's not happened in a very long time. It's just the way it is, and there is nothing wrong with it. That's just the way it works. One day I'd like to be able to stand up there on the upper echelons of VTubers and VTubing, but at the same time, as I get older and life continues to just, you know, tick on, I have a lot more responsibilities and also just important things in general happening in life that may not make that a feasible thing to just keep doing forever and ever. Someday too, I will stop being a VTuber and I will move on with life and close this chapter. Unless it becomes my full-time job, in which case I guess I'm here forever and I will never be able to leave, but that's a whole different reality. Yeah, I mean, I know it's easy to say be yourself, but it's also, like, being yourself doesn't necessarily get people to want to watch you. I don't know how to describe it, but that's how I see it sometimes. Are we ever gonna recruit this person, or should I just rip out their lungs? Well, they're about to be recruited anyways. And I'm not trying to say that to be negative, but I think after being streaming for 5 years, I've just been like, I've become mildly jaded, seeing the things that happen, especially like on the internet when it comes to VTubing, where you can say the most brain dead, idiotic takes on the internet, and people will just flock to you. I hate saying the word grifters, but there's a surprising number of grifters in the and it's like in any online space. There's always going to be someone that appeals to a specific subset of individuals that, especially in the more politically inclined types of individuals, and they will appeal to them a lot. And it's something I've seen a lot. Like, you would be surprised of how much it happens. I will never name names, but it's kind of funny to see. I know it's everywhere, but in the VTubing space, it's very, very common. I see the words gatekeeping and tourists and things like that thrown around all the time. And I can understand also some of the complaints about the people that they're complaining about. Like, I see things from all the different sides of the argument. You know, things like that. There's a lot of, interesting and colorful folks out there is the kindest way that I'm going to describe it. And, you know, I have always been a stay in my own lane type of individual. I'm very much a stay in my own lane type of person who doesn't want to stir any trouble around. But for some people, they believe in the whole any press is good press, even if it's bad press. And that's why you run into a lot of situations where these people will say literally anything to get attention on themselves. Although sometimes it backfires and then they crash and burn out. I know that happened recently because it was kind of funny seeing it happen. I saw someone basically crater their VTubering career recently because they tried to do like some call out cancel post and then everyone Uno reverse carded them and said, wait, you're the problem, not the person they're trying to call out. And I'm like, well, Lamau should have been careful about that. You gotta watch who if you're gonna call someone out, you better be ready. And not just in a, you better be ready to be, you know, you better be ready to, like, defend your argument to the death with receipts, or you will be executed in the court of public opinion. Some people sometimes just can't read the room, I think, and I think that's what happens. How did I even get on this topic? How did I get on this, like, ramble? But yeah. VTubing, am I right? Imagine being a VTuber. It's so cringe. I am addicted to internet drama. It's a terrible curse. I am. It is a curse. I need to stop paying attention to dumb internet drama. But dumb internet drama is so entertaining. It's so entertaining. I don't know why. You want to know, like, okay, you want to know, okay. One of my favorite subreddits, unironically sometimes, that I like to read is Am I the Asshole? Just because I want to see what people say and, like, how do they justify themselves being, like, absolute dicks to people. Drama is juicy. Also, holy cow, Ray is getting smacked. We gotta hold the line here. Hold the line. I do need better addictions. Someone needs to stop me from having bad addictions. Okay, come on, we gotta keep fighting. Okay, so you have a bow. Zeopo's got another halberd, so maybe we can smack here? Maybe too far. There we go. That was easy. Okay, so Ray's a little too hurt, so maybe we need to pull her back. Alright, and then there's another stack coming in, so we gotta deal with that. Okay. Yeah, please find better addictions than watching drama like I do. It's not good for the soul. Okay, the flooding is subsiding, but we still can fight them off. Unholy thankfully has a bow. Nice. Okay, go over there, smack them. Ah! Oh, geez, they're deadly. Okay. Alright, let's undraft everyone, and let's try to cleanse this. Alright, let's make sure we triage this correctly, please. Okay, so Ray's hurt, but she's tending to herself. How about you rest and let the Zeoposer tend to your injuries? There's light in here for once. If it even here too. There we go. I mean, it's not the best tend, but it is a tend. What are you missing? Okay, that's fine. Make sure this is okay. And then let's tend here. Thanks to YouTube, we now know of an entire line of U.S. Navy's refrigerated barges, the infamous ice cream barges, which carried mostly frozen meat, but also have 2,000 gallons of ice cream, was named after minerals, and yes, there was a USS Sodium. Ah, finally! A ship after me. They've made the ship that was designed after me. I should design a Kanmusu version of myself. Kanmusu professor with ship cannons attached to my back. Would I be a destroyer, or would I be a cruiser, or a battleship, or would I be a carrier? Technically, as a Kudo practitioner, I guess I should technically be a carrier of some kind. That'd be sick. I still love Kantai Collection. I think Kantai Collection still has some of the best character designs in out of like all the boats as girls, like, anime girls games. I think Kantai Collection still has my favorite design as a flat top for it. I mean, hey, actually, wait. You know what's funny? Only one of the Kantai Collection destroyers were really, or sorry, carriers were really flat. Only one of, actually, I guess two of them technically, because there's Zuikaku and then there was Taiho, were like the only really flat ones. Yes, Kankole is a game. I'm not even joking. So here, have you never seen Kantai Collection gameplay? Let me show you how bad the gameplay in this was. Kantai Collection was less of a game and more of a RNG and frustration simulator to see how much nonsense you're willing to put up with. Zuikaku was kind of flat. Yeah, if you look at her damaged art, yeah, she's fairly Alright, here, let me show you what the gameplay was. So you'd create your fleet, you would pick a mission, and then you would click this compass. This compass would then pick a direction for you to go, and then you would watch an automated battle. Okay? You would pick one of these 5 formations, depending on your fleet composition, to determine which one is the best one. And you would just watch this automated sequence take place, depending on what ships you had. For example, having... let's see, so there's like a carrier here, so now the carriers are going to do their initial bombing run. If they had carriers, they would do the same thing. So torpedoes knocked out one of the ships, missed the other one, and then we're going to go into the firing phase. You're going to have 2 of them, you're going to have them go one at a time in some random order that I don't really understand the mechanics of. You know what's funny? This was never on mobile. This game was fully desktop. So we can't even call it a gacha game, because there was legitimately like no gacha things to buy. You couldn't buy gacha currency. You had to just earn everything in-game, but the mechanics were god-awful. So you would do this, and then your only other major point of decision was this screen, where you have to decide continue or retreat. And that was essentially the game. That was it. You just rinse and repeat until you get to the boss node. And then when you get to the boss node, you fight, and then if you complete the fight, then you move on to the next. Then congrats, you did it. However, there's chances that you might not defeat the boss, and then you just retreat incomplete. This is legitimately just the entire gameplay loop of Kantai Collection. A lot of the other thing was sending out expeditions where you had to try to gather resources, because repairing took resources. Every time you sortied, it took resources. There were so many things in the game that just kept eating up all of your resources. Buckets, for example, for instant repairs were... Because if they were damaged and you need to repair them, especially for like a super high level, say, BBAV or BBA, it took like 24 hours to repair them. That was it. That's literally it. And then at the end of each run, you get a card, which could be a ship of some kind. There were a bajillion guides online that told you which ships dropped from which stages and how to do each routing, because usually routing was dependent on like what you had in your fleet. So for example, if you remember this route, right? If this was an event stage, it could be like, you'll go north if your fleet has 2 destroyers or less. You'll go south if your fleet has 4 destroyers or more. And that's basically how it was. This game was... It was a game. I played it, and then I stopped. But I keep up with the ships, just because I'm kind of curious to see, because the character designs are really nice. I like the designs a lot. I hated Azure Lane. Azure Lane had actual gameplay, but I hated the character designs. And Azure Lane really leaned into the whole, you gotta, like, it really leaned into the whole sex cells, and that's why I didn't like it. It was way too lewd. I could not justify touching that game, and I hated it. And also, that game actually had, like, really obnoxious gacha mechanics, too. So that was the other thing, too. They had really good music, though, I'll say that much. Did I see that? I did not see the new Shibafu CV. I might have to look it up on the Kankole subreddit. God, I love this little training room. I should move the, don't I have Maybe I should move the martial arts targets in there instead. Let me see the USS Wasp. Ah, here we go. She just got added to the wiki recently. Got it. But yeah, I should draw myself as a Kanmusu with some cool rigging on the back. Or just give myself like a Yumi and just call myself a carrier. I'm a light carrier. How about that? I'm a very light carrier with low capacity. Low plane capacity. But I'm very fast and nimble. How about that? Let's go with that logic. What is this? My wife threw out my card collection, so I bought a dump to find them. Oh god. No, oh my god. Wait, this is a real game that's coming out in 10 hours. That's so funny. Oh my god. A garbage cleaning simulator. Dig through the dump, find ultra rare, collect risk tangles, and relax. God. Ray would never do this to my collection. She knows how much I care about my collection. Have you destroyed? I mean, realistically, yes. Destroyer would be the... You know what's actually funny? Have I ever mentioned who my favorite Kantai collection ship is? My favorite Kanmusu is actually a destroyer. This game is... Ray would never throw away my collection of cards. She knows how much I care for my collection. Plus, there's only a couple cards in my collection that I really, really care about. Namely, my entire collection of the swords. I always look like I'm gonna pass out at any moment. How do you think about the Kamikaze class destroyers? That's probably what you're thinking of. Yeah, probably the Kamikaze class. I mean, have I ever mentioned Kamikaze Kantai collection? My design was very, very, very heavily influenced by Kamikaze from Kantai Collection. Not because she's not my favorite, but I really, really loved the outfit. So if you don't know who this is Kamikaze from Kantai Collection. And this is like a really big inspiration for the general outfit design, especially like underneath the lab coat. So I probably wish I'd done the ribbon similar to this, but I already have it the way I have it now. And obviously you have the Hakama and the boots and everything. So it's very, very similar to how this is, how her outfit is. I don't know why I can't say words. There's also a bunch of other Kamikaze class destroyers, and they all have similar outfits designed, where it's basically a Taisho or Meiji era school uniform. So, for example, like, you know, this is Asakaze. Hello there, face hurt. How's it going, comrades? How's your art been recently? I know you're doing some very lewd art streams, I think, right? Recently is what I remember peeking at some point. Or maybe I was imagining things. So yeah, you can see like they all have very similar designs. I also like her outfit a lot too, but the heels are a little much. I like the long sleeves. Matsukaze's got like a funny hat. And then Hatakaze's got, you know, a bit of that Oho-jo-sama, and like she's got like the big the haori on top of the kimono top and the thing. So this is like, it's very similar to like what this looks like now that I think about it. So yeah, a lot of it is similar. That said, on my personal design, it's a little different because let me see if I can find the reference sheet real fast somewhere on my drive of my art picture. No, let's go here, my drive VTuber reference sheet. If I can find the dang thing, I have it there. Because if you can see here, it's a little different because like the boots are less heels and more utilitarian in design. And beyond that, I guess everything else is basically the same. Yeah, I guess if you just slap on rigging, it really does just look like a kamikaze class ship. You're not even wrong. Slap on like some weapon rigging, yeah. And just say like, yeah, look at this weird new content collection ship that just magically appeared. But yeah, the more you know, I guess. The more you know. I always like talking about VTuber design. There's a lot of VTubers out there like to have a lot of crazy things on their outfit, and I'm just like, fan artists must be having an aneurysm sometimes when they see some designs and just like, how do you even draw this? Right? And then you see a design of like Gura, and it's just like, she has a funny shark-themed hoodie and a big tail, and it's like, it's peak. But anyways, Rimworld is going pretty good. We made it to the medieval era, so we're just trying to survive. We're trying to get enough food to survive through the winter and prep for that, but it's a little rough because volcanic winter means running out of growing time for food, and we do need to start moving into expanding our options. Let's see. So we got complex furniture. Should we get? Let's see. Oh, we should probably get centralized heating now. It's probably important. That tail trump. Wait, did it really? That's so funny. I didn't realize the tail caused them that much issue, but I guess maybe the tail plus Gura's body height and like her height in general just caused a lot of issues. So that would make sense. That's really funny though. That's funny. But yeah. Maybe. I have to, Ray already told me what she wants to do for a New Year's commission, so I've already contacted the artist for it, and we'll just see if their queue opens up in time for the New Year's commission. But now I also have to commission someone for a Christmas album cover art, and then I already am going to talk to a audio mixer, someone for the Christmas album, which I will try to get done in time for Christmas, but I just don't have time to sing right now. Or it's an opportunity to sing with no one around. So unless I start singing in my car. So there's at least options. It'll be options. But who's excited for the Christmas album? I looked at the recommendations for the bonus songs. I think I didn't like any of them except for one. So there's like, and I might have one more that I want to do, but also mixing is kind of expensive. It was like $60 a song, so I was like, it's a little much. But I also understand that they worked with a lot of really good people. So maybe they can make my voice sound not terrible, and it'll look and sound pretty good. I guess we'll see, maybe, if it'll be good, or it'll just be really bad. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this pans out. And the goal is to get it out by Christmas time. That would be the real goal. Oh my gosh, a drop pod full of gold arrived, which I think we already grabbed, right? Yeah. Oh right, we got the steel. Oh wait, hold on. So I'm gonna give Immortal an arm. Let's give Immortal a new arm. Not the best thing to do, but we gotta do what we can. We also gotta Immortal a new lung. If this person doesn't recruit soon enough, I might just start ripping him apart for organs. Drop pod full of storyteller sabotage. You tell me the gold is sabotage. Okay. Why'd you have to say that? Because apparently a giant stack of Listosauruses are now arriving as soon as you said that. Is that actually like intended? Is that supposed to happen? Or were you just mostly joking? A drop, just getting surprised. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Wait, who are you commissioning the powder route from? From Rice? Oh shoot, wait, have we have enough for this? Oh, we gotta get ready for this. Okay, you stand back. Let's you stand here. And Immortal stand here. And we gotta get Ray here as well. Unholy over here too. Oh shoot, I forgot to leave the door open. Okay. Okay, now they're coming in. Okay, now we move back here. Okay, now they should repath. No, stand here, stand here. No, don't go there. No, stop running up. Stand right there. Okay. We're gonna combat command here, so now we're all buffed. Ah, that's what you meant. Yeah, I guess we are definitely getting sabotaged here. Thankfully, Immortal does have some pretty good armor, but we've got to get Immortal some like proper hefty gear. Let's see. Oh, we can make Erebolists now. Okay, so maybe we can do that as well. Probably get a helmet of some kind. Leather armor is also an option. Because Immortal doesn't really have good armor right now. It's some tribal wear and a parka. Let's get you some good armor. Especially if you're going to be on the front line. How do you mortal? Let's see. Let me look them up. I'm always interested to learn about different artists and see what they do. Oh, this person is Vroid. Oh wow, that's some pretty good Vroid models. Huh. Wait, yeah, these are really good Vroid models. What the heck? Wait, what are their prices? Hold on, I need to see their prices now. Okay. Anyways, we managed to kill our way through this, so that was fine. Let's go execute the rest of these things. Finish off. Oh gosh, there's so many we wouldn't finish off. Okay, maybe we'll have Baroni finish them off. Okay, I think that's all of them, right? Okay. There we go. Interesting. Well, hopefully the commission ends up pretty good. I'll be kind of curious to see how that's gonna look when that is all done. I know it's Christmas time, so people are probably starting to commission a lot more different artists, and time is running out to commission people if you're looking to commission someone. That's why I gotta be like, oh, if I want to commission someone, I gotta do it soon, probably. I always gotta be picky about like who I commission now, because Ray doesn't like it if I commission someone who draws lewd stuff. It's like, whoever I commission apparently has to only be 100% clean and draws only like safe for work content. But listen, artists get good by drawing porn. That's just the reality of things. That's just how it works. And you know I'm right. All of you know I'm right with that statement. Oh, we're getting attacked. Well, I guess we gotta kill this one too. And you're dying because why? Rot, stink, exposure. Okay, anesthetic. Oh, because we put the arm on. That's right. Okay. Let's go kill this thing real fast before it kills us. Thankfully, this is why we have the halberds. I love the look of these beautiful knights holding the line, defending against foul beasts that may dare impede upon their homes. Also, this thing has a very slow wind-up. What is the wind-up time on this thing? Oh, geez, 4 seconds per attack. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Alright, we did pretty good, I think. We didn't really build any new buildings, and it's mostly just can we survive into the next season. As we slowly get smarter and smarter day by day, learning new technologies. Hopefully heating will become next, and we can get centralized heating throughout the colony. We'll just build a network of underground pipes, and we'll see where we go from there, but it's still not an easy life out here. Halberd, my son has never seen a halberd in real life. Do we need to pull up the medieval bard twink again? Does he have a video on halberds? Let's see. Does he? Wait, I can't remember his YouTube channel. Also, YouTube is just being slow again, so I can't even search it up right now. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, that's not him. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Hema Clark Kent has one. Yeah. This guy likes talking about medieval weapons a lot, and he always dresses up like Clark Kent. Like, the dude's got like suspenders and glasses, and looks like he works at a, office job in the 50s. He's actually a really good content creator. I do recommend his stuff, Robin Swords, if you're looking for just very short on videos on like how a certain weapon was kind of utilized in, you're not gonna get an in-depth explanation, but if you just like a Cliff Notes version, I know he's done a few one where he's got like claymores and other stuff too, which is always a lot of fun. So, anyways, what time is it? All right, let's see who's alive at this hour. Okay. All right, we'll raid. I will raid Rachel. I'm gonna go to bed probably about-ish now, because it's time for me to rest. So hopefully you had fun with Rimworld. We'll be back tomorrow with the rat game, because Ray really wants to see the rat game. And probably a few other people want to see the rat game, so we'll do that. And until then, comrades, enjoy the rest of your night. I am going to do some other things, like I gotta do some laundry, and probably gotta do some other gaming. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. I hope one day I will be able to become that super cool VTuber that succeeds and is able to fund everything that I want to do with VTubing through VTubing. Well, maybe one day that'll be a thing. Alright, good night. Thanks for joining. I'll be back tomorrow.